everybody. It's Shonda.
And Frank.
I'm just was waiting. We can wait till a couple of people join the room. And I just wanted to show you guys what we're going to be talking about today. I wish I could like put all of everything we're going to talk about on one slide. But
that'd be like 30 or 40 million slides.
I mean, like the whole slide will have all of the stuff what we're going to be talking about. Like I can explain the whole entire slide so that people won't have to worry about what we're talking about. And when they come in, like, make sure when people come in, they can see it. That's why I actually made myself put Shonda Rise on here instead of putting the actual title. What we're see, I'm growing. I am growing. So anyway, we're going to be talking about codependency and enabling through the astrology houses. This is Leo Santero. Put this out. He has his channel as well. And we decided that we're going to work together and kind of collaborate on this topic because he has experience in it in his way. I have experience in my way, and we're doing it this way. So last time we talked about it, we gave scenarios, and then I was that person who came on kind of acting neurotic about that so that, you know, I can kind of combine all of these energies into one person. Well, actually, if I had more time, I would have did it more, but I decided not to go that route. But so we're doing a part 2, and the part 2 will allow you guys to come on and talk about your experiences. And then, you know, we can do the astrology. We can do where you are codependent and or enabling. And the reason why I put codependency and enabling, because we could be both parties at different times, not at the same time. Well, hopefully not, but usually it's like we're what you're dependent on and how you enable and how you are codependent. So that's what we're trying to do. So hopefully everybody get that part. So Frank, did you want to say something? No. Guess he said no. Yeah, guys,
yeah,
you know. Go ahead.
Like when the codependent party, like you can switch, like you're.
He's cutting out.
So we all have that capability to be both aspects.
Okay, you kind of cut out. Can you repeat that?
I cut out or you cut out? You look like you're freezing a little bit.
Maybe we both are. I hope we're not. Go ahead. Okay.
Hopefully Streamline isn't freaking out right now.
StreamYard. Well, guys, we're going to keep going. And if StreamYard is freezing or something, hopefully you guys will let us know. And if it's, you know, we really wouldn't know. I just happened to see his screen and he saw my screen freeze. But anyway, I just want to talk about codependency through the houses. I think that will make it more clear to you guys, especially people who's learning about astrology and trying to understand what's the difference between astrology and horoscopes. The main difference between the main difference between astrology and horoscopes is that the horoscopes take information from astrology. So astrology would be the base, like it's the whole entire universe. And then to pull from that energy, they only do your sun sign. So it's like it starts with Aries and goes all the way through Pisces. So they only take the sun part of the universe and give you a description of what's going on based on based or connected to another planet. It's hard to say it without me using astrological terms, so that's why I'm stuttering. So that's where you get the horoscope. So you can get them at any time on apps or anywhere. But if you ever left with feeling like I'm not really sure, it's not giving me more, then you are right, because you're only looking at one planet when there's 10. So the houses is actually where you're playing everything out, like where the energy is going to be played out. And the energy of codependency is due to the zodiac sign of Libra. And it's not talking about any Libras. We're talking about the constellation / zodiac sign, the energy of Libra, which is in the 7th house. So what you should do to get out of the best way to get something out of this video is to look on your chart, whether you got it from free, whether you got it for free or for me or whatever. Look in your house on your chart. Now, I'm going to give like one or maybe two interpretations of it. So, I'm focusing on relationships. So just to let y'all know, houses have a lot of interpretations. So if it's not exactly that, it's another part of your house, another part of the interpretation. Okay, Frank, did you want to say something? Because you just sit here looking. You good? Okay. So, okay, we're gonna see. Okay, so Frank's video came off, and he's gonna probably come back on. I think something is going on with his connection, and I think something is going on with the connection. And I'm trying to sit here calm, y'all, but I'm not calm. I think that it's my Capricorn moon, and guys, Capricorn moons want things to be very controlled and right, and everything's supposed to go how planned. So you got to excuse me on that. But I'm going to go through the houses because somebody told me that I'm showing clearly. So I'm going to go ahead, and then when Frank comes back, I will pop him back in. Okay. So if you have look in your chart, if you have Libra in your first house, you will see where you're codependent or an enabler, and it's like I said at different times. So only you would know. If you guys go to the very top of the screen, you will see there's a link. You guys would know. You would know if this is more of you, if you're more codependent and enabling, and at different times that you are. So basically, if you have it in your first house, you're always the mediator, like overlooking the real truth of your partner. So instead of really looking at the actual real issue of the person, you look at it how you want it to be, or you look at him or her how you want them to be, or how they are presented to you, and you focus on that instead of looking and uncovering the truth. And if you the struggle with doing it like that is that you're going to overlook your needs so much that, because you're looking at the needs of the other person, like, okay, this is how it looks, and I want it to stay looking this way. This is how it looks, so I want it this particular manner, and you could be dependent on how the relationship looks on the outside. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to move this and put the link on there in case they cannot. So this link is just for Leo Sun Tarot to come back in, and not for everybody to come in right now, because until we do the houses, we're not going to do that. Libra through the second house. Libra through the second house, like, you have to be really careful in this placement, because you tend to kind of depend on the person income. Like, okay, so not depend on their income like that, but like they need to be bringing something to the table as well. So they need to either they equally could represent you financially or what you value, which is money, and you want them to also bring that to the table. So you don't want it to be lopsided. You want it to be even. So if you have money, you want them to have money. Now, if they don't have money, here the enabling piece could come in. If they don't have the money, then what can happen is that you can kind of want them to do things and build things for them to get to that place where you're at, if that makes sense. So you got to be careful of that, and then you'll find yourself giving too much of yourself. So yeah. Anyway, the third house, and like I said, we're going to talk about this as a group. So right now we're just doing this. Your third house. If you have Libra in your third house, you tend to overthink your relationship, like, and you go back and forth on how it should be, and it's like, okay, this is my relationship. Let me see how it's going to be. Let me see how it should be. And you overthink it. And if it's not going according to plan, if it's not going how you think it should go, you would try to think about it right or putting it in another kind of, you're doing it so much that you're not even looking at your partner and looking at your partner's needs. You're just looking at your needs because you're overthinking it. Having it in the fourth house, constantly. I always laugh at my fourth house people with cancer energy. You have Libra, and your codependency and your enabling could come in the form of, you always want to have some kind of family meeting, or if you don't think that it's any kind of harmony and it's kind of some disruption in the house, like you do anything for the house to be disrupted. So like, I don't know, the only scenario I can give, if it's a couple, like you don't want to have arguments or beef in the house. You want to talk about it and fix it, because it's not supposed to be in the home. The home is solace. The home is supposed to be harmonious. If you have your kids are arguing with each other, teenagers, whatever, you want to come together, you want to talk about it, you want to play the mediator, like, okay, like, so how can we fix this? And how can we, you want to be that person. What can happen to you though, you could be so dependent on getting along with these people that what can happen is that what happens when they all go and you have this empty nest syndrome thing, and you can get depressed and lonely. So if you have Libra in your fourth and you're not really, if you're single and you're living there in your house by yourself, find harmony in other ways, like invite people over, invite guests over, and so your house could feel more balanced. And because this is one of the placements that's kind of like really not, to me, as easy to get through. At Leo Santara, you can interrupt anytime if you wanted to add anything. Fifth house. Basically, you just being in a relationship because it's fun. Like you like to date and you want to be in a relationship because your friends in a relationship. You want to be in a relationship, and like usually you date and you go to kind of events like skydiving. I don't know what y'all do in this fifth house. This is the Leo house, and Leos live here. So like whatever things that y'all consider is fun kind of dates. That's what y'all do.
Just anything, just like I said, going out, enjoying each other's time, not necessarily having to spend money, but just finding things to do together. Like Leos, we're easy, we're happy. So yeah, it's just anything like that.
Yeah, and y'all don't want, if you have Libra in your fifth, you don't want the person not to have fun. You don't want the person not to enjoy themselves. So where you could be codependent is that you will want to see what the other person wanted to do as fun, so the outcome could be fun. So that's where you're dependent. Your fun time is dependent upon it. Plus and that's enabling, because you shouldn't do that. We should, have equal yoke type of thing. I'm sorry, I just left. Okay, so sixth house. If you got Libra in the sixth house, like, and it's so funny because I'm looking at when I do compatibility charts and I see people's planets in these houses with their partners, and it's like I be sitting here like, how the F am I gonna tell these people that you met this person and this person is here until you're not involved with this person anymore. But anyway, if you have Libra in your sixth house on your natal chart, you're too involved with your persons, your partners, your mates every day, daily routine, and especially their health and their nutrition. Like you always want to make sure that they wear a mask. You want to make sure that they get in their colonoscopy. I don't know, their checkups or whatever. You're really involved with that. At first, it's like, oh, they care about me. and they care about my health, but like they're always going to be this. But they also they care about doing little chores for you and little tasks for you. So like if you need somebody to go to the store, to the post office, okay, I'm doing compatibility and not natal. Okay. You have to be careful that you are dependent too much on this person accepting that you do these things, because you can get so codependent on their happiness or their satisfaction that you are stopping your own. And the seventh house, this is the worst. Why am I starting off like that? That's so not nice. But I gotta say how I feel, yo. This is the worst place for you to have Libra in, because this is where you live. This is your house. Libras live in the seventh house. So if you have Libra, even if you're not a Libra, but if you have Libra there, that is telling me that I wrote down all these things, and the only thing I wrote down is give and take. Give and take. Give and take. So you give, you expect somebody to give it back so you could take, but that even if they give it back so you could take it, you still want to give that back. Okay, I'm not going to even discuss this because this is like could be a long ass discussion. I'm not going to do this until I actually get me a Libra coming here with a seventh house placement and I can help you out. I'm just going to say give and take Libras in the seventh house. But it's so dependent. Like this is the hub of codependency. You really got to be careful. It's a really thin line. It's teetering between healthy and unhealthy. Eighth house. You have a tendency to allow your mate to take care of you financially. You're not saying that you consciously pick guys or girls who could take care of you financially, but if you meet somebody like that, it's all gravy with you. But you got to be careful, because if this becomes a pattern, if you have Libra in the eighth, you're going to start building up all of your relationships this way, and you're going to be expecting somebody have to bring something to the table that you don't have to worry about doing on your own. So like you can still work and have a job and take care of yourself, but maybe they pay the mortgage or they pay the rent and you just pay your other bills. Or you can pay the rent and the mortgage and your other bills, but you need somebody to pay your insurance. If a person you meet start being that person, that man, be careful, because you're going to start building all of your relationships like that. And then you're going to be wondering when they stop because they're human or they break up with you, you're going to be asking yourself, why did I depend on this person so much? I'm so independent. I don't, I have this power. I have this control. Why did I do this? Well, because you got Libra in your eighth house and you got to be careful. Your ninth house, you got to be careful when you have Libra in your ninth house. And Leo, so Tara, I know I talk fast and I know you're such a polite young man, but you can still interrupt me. In your ninth house, you're willing, and I'm going through these fast so I can start putting y'all on. So I could tell y'all I'm going to share the link after, so y'all can see. If you have Libra in your ninth house, you got to be careful with this placement if you have Libra in your ninth, because you'll be more apt to take on the religion or the spirituality of your mate. So, okay. So if I was born a Jew, all my life, Jewish, practice Judaism, and Frank come along and he is a devout Christian, I think in order for our relationship to work is maybe I should try to just kill my Judaism and be a Christian for Frank. And he'll be happy because he feels that, yeah, how's that going to work? You're a Jew, I'm a Christian. So yeah, you're going to have to be a Christian. So, and also his point of view about life. Like, so if we talk about politics, like we'll say as far as from a philosophical point of view, if Frank is thinking that, well, even though the Trump got COVID or whatever, I still think that even when he come out the hospital, he still should not wear a mask. So he still can show how whatever. And then even if I don't, because I have Libra in there and I want harmony and I want peace and I want us to get along, I would say, yeah, he's right. You're right. And maybe I should adapt that point of view because that is my man, If Frank, if you don't jump in here, I'm gonna kick your, you know what? Because I know this is big to you.
No, which I mean, on that changing religion, that's I don't know. I don't talk about religion or politics, but yeah, I don't see how that would work because if you grew up like Judaism the entire time, and then you meet someone that's Catholic, and then you convert for them, are you really going to be happy, or are you just doing it to please them?
I'm doing it to please you, baby, because I have Libra in my ninth, and I want you to be happy. Because okay, when you go to church, I don't go to church, so we separate. We gotta be harmonious, blended.
Not necessarily, because like growing up, like I grew up Baptist, and my mom is like extremely, extremely Baptist, but my dad would never go to church. But they were still together. Like we'd go to church. He'd go like every now and then, like maybe once a year or something like that. But yeah, they still made it work and stuff. But yeah, he never went to church with us. So
Yeah. Okay. So Leo Santaro also has Libra in his second. I don't know if he heard me because I know he had to get out the stream and come back in. Did you hear when I said Libra in a second?
no, I didn't hear you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to that. All right, so that you can see that it's hard for you to imagine that energy because you have Libra in your second. Okay, anyway, so this is Libra in the 10th house. This is unfortunately / fortunately my placement. Hence, okay, so you see how collaborating with somebody. And my old subscribers know that every time I go on my video alone. But I always felt that it shouldn't only be me on here and like me stating what I feel and my views. It's also be a point counterpoint type of thing. Like I always wanted you guys to be able to come on and be like, "You're wrong, lady. You're wrong." Something. So at least it's just not just me. And so I'm really about open communication, and I worry about that. Like I want to make sure that it's fair, that you guys have an opportunity. Because see, the Libra is about sharing, okay, and balance and justice and what's not fair. And I hate bullies, so I don't ever want it to be like in a bully type of way of me just taking over. I know it's my channel. I know I'm supposed to be on here by myself, but I really like it this way. So that's why I love doing these type of videos, because you guys can come on and we can all be kumbaya. And when you guys don't, I start questioning like, well, do they want to come on? Are they okay with my point of view? See, I gotta balance that scale. So in a relationship though, I'm gonna always want to be equally yoked with a person that's really into the kind of stuff I'm into as far as work. You know what I'm saying? So like if Frank worked at my job, like we doing this thing on YouTube, like I could be like, oh, okay, he's a really good partner for me, like a mate, partner, husband, partner, because he does the same thing I do. He's on here with me, we working together, we'll be perfect together. So in a way it's good, in a way it's not good, because say something go bad and go south, then what? So we have created this harmonious union because we both work at the same job or do the same thing, but we still got to deal with each other. So in a way it's good, in a way it's not. So maybe you don't date where you, what they call that, Frank?
You don't shit where you eat.
Yes. You don't do that, no matter how hard it is. And for a Libra in a 10th, it's going to be very hard for us to do that. Very difficult for us to do that because we see our partner there and it's like, what other way? This is a perfect thing. So if he was a janitor, not at my job, but like not a janitor, like working in the sewer, something totally different than I do, I wouldn't care if you work in the sewer, but it's like, what, we can't even talk about work. I needed to be harmonious. I need to be able to go home to Frank and say, Frank, today on my video, da da da. And he needs to say, Shonda, today on my video, da da da. We equally yoked. All right, I'm moving on because dag.
So I can't be like, babe, you won't believe the shit that happened today. Me working in the sewer.
Well, if you could bring it to like a politics, like, because it's 10th house, I'm in the 10th house, Mercury, Libra in the 10th house. So if you was to say whatever that went through, you went through today, and I don't care if you curse, I'm just trying not to because I am a potty mouth. So if it's a politics thing, like if the boss was treating you bad and sent you to a bad side of town to clean the sewer, and you know that you got jumped and carjacked in that area because he don't like you, then yeah, oh yeah, we could talk. Because then now we're talking about politics. Now we're talking about 10th house stuff. We're talking about career building, achievements, goals. How now, and here I'm gonna go, not trying to fix, but it would seem like it. Because here I'm gonna go, and then I got Scorpio in there too. I'm gonna try to like transform this. Like I'm gonna make sure that you never gotta go through that. And I'm gonna tell you how you could break it down politically so that you don't have to go through that, because we're gonna go on a letter writing campaign. We're doing it low key because I'm Scorpio and blah blah blah. And you're gonna be like, okay, damn. I mean, I'm glad I married Shonda, but damn, I really just was telling her that what?
Got this shit. But now it's like, okay, we're gonna write a letter, we're gonna pick it. We're gonna get this dude in trouble. Like, you're gonna do this and this. Like, damn. Like, I should just kept my mouth shut.
Right. And see, then I know that if you keep your mouth shut and I'm in my Mercury is there, so that's communication. If you keep your mouth shut and I can't talk to you about my job and you can't talk to me about your job, it's gonna be hard. 11th house have to be okay. So if you have Libra in your 11th house, either you met your partner through your friends. You met them around a network, like-minded people, like a party that everybody kind of knew each other, or some people knew each other, or you get hooked up through your friends, or you might ask, like, oh, who that? He cute, or she cute. She, who's that? Do one of your friends. And if it's none of that, it's like you guys have to be friends. You have to be friends. And if you meet, this is a compatibility thing. If you guys have anything in the 11th house, and first compatibility, you're always going to be friends. That's a good thing. But then the bad thing is that y'all gotta, like, when y'all break up, your friends gotta break up, like choose sides. It can be a mess. It's gonna be messy. But even if, like, so if I had Libra in my 11th house, and I met Frank through a friend, and me and him really getting along because we do the same kind of thing, I would be like, yo, he's my friend and he could be my lover. This is a perfect thing. So even if we don't really want to be lovers or intimate with each other, we could still be hanging out and doing other stuff because we have like-minded and stuff in common. So that ain't cool, right? But yeah, why would you think that's not cool, Frank? Let me just bring you in this. What could be the flip side of it?
Well, I mean, like you said, like we'd have like-minded friends, or we'd be like-minded, but then if we break up, then I pretty much got to break up with your friends. So then if your friends talk to me, that's going to cause problems as well. Be like, well, he's cool. We liked him and stuff. You're like, no, you can't talk to him. Like, he's gone. So yeah, I get that. I've been there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what were you saying?
No, to me, that's similar to work too. Like you meeting somebody at work.
Yeah, I am. Definitely, like, if you date someone at work and it doesn't work out, then yeah, that's just going to cause all kinds of problems.
But what if they're like cute and sexy as hell? And when at work, and you got Libra in your 10th, and this is the perfect guy or the perfect girl because they're at work. So
I'm going to need you to cold shower. Cold shower. Like, I'm going to need you to tone it down. Don't do it. It's just going to cause problems.
Okay, so the last one is in the 12th house. Gosh, yo, let me just, I got to start from compatibility. If somebody has Libra in their 12th house, and you're dating them, oh my gosh, and you are a talker like me, in my 7th house, I have Gemini. So in my relationships, I got to talk to my person. I can never be friends with a mute. Or if they're not a talker like me, they gotta listen as much as they're like I'm talking. You know what I mean? It cannot be that I'm like, so what you think, or what's on your mind, and they're like nothing, and really nothing is on their mind. So I can't do that. And I had relationships like that in the past. But anyway, we talking about 12th house. If so I cannot be dating with a Libra in the 12th because, well, I could because I understand the energy, but I'm just thinking just on the top of my head, I can't because now their feelings are okay. Libra in a 12th house is like you keep a lot of stuff hidden, and you want things to go right. So in your mind, you do all this stuff. You worry, you stress, you almost say you're not good enough for a relationship. Nobody not going to want me. Nobody going to like me. They're going to have to know what's going to make you harmonious in a relationship, because you're not going to openly tell them. Oh my God. Okay. And that's going to be like the hardest part, because you know that you're doing this, Libra in a 12th. You know that you're doing this, and it's like it's hard for you to get out of it. It's hard for you to know that, you know I need to tell him, I know I need to tell her, but if they find this out, or you know what you need for harmony. You get it? So that's a Libra in a 12th. Okay, so I am done. It's 30 minutes, 31 minutes actually. I am going to bring you guys in. So we want you guys to talk and ask questions and explain your part. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen real fast and make us 2 people. And I am going to paste this in here. And Frank, they probably want us to do the, here's the, oops.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to tell me the second house one again. So
yeah, well, they probably want me to be the neurotic girlfriend, which I can just do. They don't understand that I could just do that anytime. Mm-hmm. Well, not a girlfriend. I would have to be a wife. I'm not nobody's damn girl. You know what? Come to think of it too. Like, why would would you be okay with being a boyfriend or a husband?
Well, I mean, long term is husband. Like, that's what I would like to be, is husband eventually. So,
well, I know that. I know you're not going to meet a person first 5 seconds and be like, "Yo, let's go marry."
I might go to Vegas and get like married in the next like 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, what do you consider yourself as? A boyfriend type, a dating boyfriend type, or a husband type?
I don't know. I'm a husband type. So.
Okay. So I'm a wife type because I have control issues. And if you get sick and go in the hospital, I'm not going to be able to tell them, boss them around and make sure they do. Because they'll be like, excuse me, are you a next of kin? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm his wife, bitch. So like I was saying, make sure that he get that ventilator and make sure he gets whatever like that.
She's like, yeah, you do what I say.
I want to be on your insurance. What the hell?
I'm not going to tell you how much I have insured, because then you're going to kill my ass.
Well, but we're going to fix all that once we're going to do a prenuptial agreement, but not about money. Prenuptial. We could put anything in a prenuptial, because the prenuptial is the contract. You know that, right?
I did not know that you could put life insurance on there.
Well, okay, you gonna keep life insurance until we divorce. But then I probably won't sign the divorce papers if I don't have regular life insurance. So, yeah. Hey, 87 Sparker.
Hey, control issues are part of codependency.
So, I'm here to grow and learn.
But that's also part of the 8th house. So wouldn't that be with the 7th house too? Be a part of the.
You know what? I'm glad you asked that question. I don't know what that question was. You can repeat it, but that question sounded like something that you asked before. When I said, excuse me, but we are talking about okay. So listen, everybody, for houses, so y'all can understand. This is really cool about astrology that I understood, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds real. Okay, so 87 Sparker is a Capricorn. She's my mental twin, or my emotional twin. And yes, Frank, you would call her OCD too. You would call her OCD to the 10th power. How he called me OCD is how he would call you OCD, but it's not technically OCD. I can't hear him. Oh,
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, yeah, you're OCD, like bad.
I'm gonna sit back. Okay, so the seventh house is your relationship house. Like, check this out, everybody. This is a free astrology lesson. Your seventh house is your relationship house, right? And the eighth house is like a karma house, the outcome of your seventh house. That's what you were talking about, 87 Sparker. So
Yeah.
you can look at the problems that happen, or you can find out why you broke up, kind of. Not one just broke up, but like individual with different things. You can find out different things from your seventh house. How you broke up in your eighth house could tell you that. But you gotta like really know the houses and understand the energy to get that information. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna start picking on people to come in here because I want certain people to come in here and talk, and especially this one right here. You know what? I don't care about that. I don't care about that, Amy. You can bring your butt on here with your voice.
Don't be scared, Amy.
Look, I mean, I'm not even properly you know. I'm just really super tired. I just came back from out of town, so.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Damn, you getting
Seventh
all
house
in
is
my
Taurus.
business? No, I'm
Taurus,
just playing.
you got to be very, very
Oh, yeah.
this placement because, and let me tell you something, Corianne. Let me tell you something, because I really hold this close to my heart with my people who have seventh. You're Taurus, and you okay. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. So listen. Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. I don't care how much he say you crazy, your friends say you crazy, your best friends, your mom, and say leave this mother effer. It's not going to be easy for you to go anywhere, because until you get the harmony back how you think it should go, you will stay in this relationship no matter how abusive, how unhealthy. I'm telling you to please study your placement so that you can like really make it healthy. The way how you can make it healthy and bring balance, the way how you can leave is to make it healthy so you can bring balance. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's going to be very difficult for you to do that. And there's not, I just want you to let whoever got this placement, nothing is wrong with you. Not a damn thing. I don't care what people say. That's just your placement. That's something that you have to learn and get through in this lifetime. That's all. Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to break it down for that. Hi, Janae. I don't know what she's laughing at me. I just wanted to say hi to her.
Okay, so I have Sagittarius and Scorpio in the 7th house.
What about Libra, the actual topic of the video?
I have Libra in the 5th and 6th house.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Player. You see, Leo Sun Tarot. That makes sense, right, to you now? Because you want to date and have fun. Not saying that ever want to get married, but that's not what you look for these people for. You're not looking for a marriage partner, which of course every person we meet, we don't know if they're gonna be a husband or wife, of course. But for the most part, you are looking. Somebody just gave me a private chat. Oh, for the most part, that's, I guess it's not private if I read. I'm not reading it. I just said somebody. Leave me alone, Leo Sun Tarot. Anyway, yeah. So Libra in the 5th house is you just want to have fun with people, but you got to be careful because you will stop your fun to make that person feel good. Because you want to please them, because you want the harmony is that you want everybody to have fun. So if I'm all like sitting here quiet in the corner and everybody playing beach volleyball, and I found the corner to sit under in a rock, you were like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go because my bitch being a bitch.
She's ruining my fun.
Okay, I'm sorry. More serious. Wait, what? Libra stellium in Trop. I don't know what that means. Yeah. You're welcome. I just want you to understand that you put this in your life for a reason. You put this in your life, so in this life you could practice. Okay, so Libra in the second house, which is Leo Sun Tarot, Leo Sun Tarot. So you have Libra in your second. Now I'm gonna tell you this. You want somebody who can equally come to you with whatever you match with. So if you have a car, you want them to have a car. If you have a place and a car, you want them to have a place in the car. If you have a job, you want them to have a place, a car, and a job. You think that they should match you financially. Now you're not a jerk about it. Well, some people, if they're low vibration, they could be a jerk about it and be like, I'm not gonna have nobody who don't have this. But I that's not you, because I already know you're Libra in your second. If anything, because you're a Leo and you're generous, you're gonna want to bring them up to where you're at. So like, if like you're like, all right, let's look at your resume. Let me see, because there's no way that you shouldn't have no money right now. You know what I mean? And like you'll try to bring them up to that level of the finances, so that you will feel harmony within that relationship as well. But you will feel, and if you feel somebody, your partner is a success, and it'll help you step up your success game. You know what I mean? Like if they're really good at what they're doing, it'll help you, and you will want to get with that person, because that you need that energy, that codependency, to give that balance and harmony in a relationship. And low key, it can make you feel like she can motivate you to step your game up, or you could feel bad, and because you're not where you want to be. You get it?
Oh yeah, I get it. So I'm a gold digger. All right. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, actually, that's the eighth house. That's the opposite of the second. If you got Libra in the eighth, you're a gold digger. And, I know y'all get mad, but this is all subconscious, and it's not to down nobody. It's to recognize that this is where you put your thing at. Look at me. I got to live in my 10th house. I got to date my doggone coworkers. That's why I have to search for my love.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know I'm not.
HR's going to get called on your ass. Better calm down.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna mess with Amy for now till forever, because Amy is trying not to comment so that we don't put her on blast. And we're gonna mess with Shona. This is my moderator, Shona. Shona, you can click on, hold on, let me paste this. And you can come on. Shona was talking to me about something, and she had hold on. She had a question for Frank. Hold on. Let me make sure. Why am I'm clicking on it? Oh, I didn't do. Okay, sorry, y'all. That's the link that you click on, whoever wants to come in. And somebody says something. I only have Libra in the fourth and Lilith. Oh my gosh, the balanced goddess. Look at her name, 87 Sparker. Yo, you want harmony in your house. Are you single? Are you single? I hope that you are not single. Hey, Shona. I hope that you are not, because girl or guy, I don't know if the balance is a girl or a guy. Hey, naked lady.
Howdy.
Seven Sparker's face. She's like, woo! Who do we have here?
She's just like,
No, she's gonna come back. Yes, because you have Jupiter in your fourth house, so that I already kind of went over that, and you want harmony in your house, hook or crook. You're gonna get it. You don't like when there's harmony, like especially somebody with a teenage stepdaughter. She's like being a bitch. You're gonna always have meetings. You're always gonna try to get along. You're going counseling. If you are single, if you have an empty nest. One way to fix that is to bring people in, but you got to watch the video how I went through all the houses. But yeah. All right, Shona, hey, you had a question for Leo Sun Tarot. I'll mute myself. Oops.
I have so many questions. I can't remember which one it was.
You were talking about from our last video that like the neurotic piece of being codependent in a relationship. And what was his advice or whatever?
Did you? Okay, so so from the last video, the thing that popped out to me the most was when Shonda was doing an example if she'd got her hair done and you'd come home from work and not noticed it first, or just not noticed it for a while because you were doing your own thing and you wanted to get in from work and settle down and then approach the situation. Whereas somebody who is codependent and has traits of neuroticism would be like, why? What? Hello, hi, you not see me? What the hell's going on? No. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, which I get it. I know, like, in the case like that, where if she is neurotic or kind of little off balance like that, then yeah, I should have realized it to avoid the situation. I should have made a comment about her hair, but it's like one of those, like, just getting off work, not paying attention, just ready to shower and eat and sleep and stuff. And yes, like in that moment, I guess I was being self-centered, not paying attention to my love, and caused an issue later on with her when I could have just said, oh, I love your hair and stuff like that. But then again, I don't think about it sometimes.
Yeah, we're all guilty of saying things without really thinking about them. But yeah, I get that. But then from her point of view, I'm going to be the neurotic bitch. She would be like, am I not part of your world?
Yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, of course you're part of my world. And it's like, again, it's, we go through life sometimes and we don't recognize things. We don't see things like right off the bat because we're all already in our own head and stuff. So it's not that we have anything against that person or that we don't love that person, care about them. It's just we might be having our own thing going on at that specific moment and didn't notice your hair or notice your nails or the outfit you're wearing or anything else. And Shonda's making a face, which I noticed that right off the bat. She's like, whatever.
I can't see. I can't see very well. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. If you're going to be with a neurotic bitch, you have to know how to deal with one.
Well, yeah, that is true. But see, then, like, also depends if you show your neurotic side right off the bat. Because if you don't, then how am I going to know it? Like, how am I going to know you're neurotic? Until you show me you're crazy.
Okay. Because you have a Cancer moon, if I'm not mistaken. You are probably the most psychic of all. And that thing that we call intuition, it speaks to you straight away. It doesn't, there's no time with intuition. It speaks to you straight away. You know off the bat. And what I think happens is with a lot of people, they think that they have to then be a hero. I can fix her. She's got a couple of wee things wrong there. Not really sure what's going on, but I'm going to be the one and be like, oh, take my hand. And she's going to go, oh my God, you're my hero. And you're going to go, yeah, it's all fun and games. Never mind all the little things. We'll face them later. We'll get them. It's already gone.
Oh, yeah. And I do that. Like, I notice that I do try to say.
I've done it. I have done it before too. So I have both sides here.
Yeah, like I always joke around saying that I find the most emotionally unstable women or emotionally unavailable or whatever type of women, and I always try to save them, or I try to heal them, or I try to help them, or whatever the case.
You know that in your chart, not that I saw, but I'm saying in our charts, it's a place where you could look and see if you want to ever fix that. If we ever want to fix it, like, what am I doing wrong in my relationships? You can look in your chart. I just wanted to put an astrology piece in it. And before y'all go on, am I the neurotic bitches y'all talking about? Just saying.
I'm basing this on neuroticism that I have had previously. Sometimes it pops in and out. I try to keep it at bay, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a neurotic bitch. I'm a Gemini, come on!
Freaking Gemini. Spent 10 years with one. I know. I already know. And Shona, it's funny. Like, so I was an asshole a couple years back when I still drank, and I was out with a buddy drinking Valentine's Day, and my ex-wife went and got her hair done and like had a whole outfit and all that. I came home shit-faced drunk. She's sitting there on the couch, hair done, pissed off, bottle of wine already gone, just looking at me like mad.
Okay, but why were you not out for lunch with her on Valentine's Day?
Well, because so it was a guy that I worked with. So we got off work and then we just hanged out drinking and stuff instead of me going home. So yeah.
No!
So yeah, I walk in. It's like 9. The lights are off in the house. I turn on the lights. She's sitting there with an empty bottle of wine, just like this. I was like, oh shit. I made it up to the next day. I made it up to the next day. Yeah, she was pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, ouch.
Yeah, I was kind of asshole back then, back when I still drank and stuff. So yeah.
I think it's really good that we can admit these things to ourselves in order to move forward.
Well, I know that he's not admitting nothing. He up there sitting up here blaming stuff on some damn alcohol. All right, so that was that one day. So I'm sure she's a girl. So I'm sure she had other days that, unless you was, oh, you're okay. Now, if you were alcoholic, that every single day or every single occurrence or event, you missed it. Now, if you was alcoholic, that's different because that's a whole different conversation. But you only talking about, I remember this one time that I did this at this one time. Okay, well, I'm sure she did this other times as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So I can't blame the alcohol all the time. It's just, like I said, me focusing on other things, not paying attention. So, yeah. I've done before.
Frank is so full of it. He is so full of it. He's so full of it, but that's okay because I could pull it out of him. But anyway, I just wanted to know, like on other occasions, like, would you say that was a habit?
Not necessarily a habit, but there'd be times where I'd come home and I didn't notice. Like, so my relationship with my ex-wife, like, so we were together 10 years. 8 of those years, she didn't work. Like, she didn't work. Her family didn't work. It was me supporting her, her mom, and her sister pretty much. So I worked my ass off. I'd come home. I was drinking heavily back then. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I did drink a lot. But it's like I would come home to like freaking chaos. I had 3 people in the house that didn't do shit. And it like stressed me hell out. So I drank a lot and I just stayed to myself. I didn't get along with my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law, stuff like that. So yeah. Those 10 years, it was a lot of stress involved and a lot of bullshit involved. And I'm telling you, the divorce was the best thing I ever did for myself. But yeah, like I admit, I'd come home and I wouldn't care. I'd just mind my own business and try to avoid dealing with all of them just because they annoyed the shit out of me.
Okay. See, that's where we're really different because I can't ignore anything. You know, it's something happens in my physical surroundings with people that I'm with. Can't sit on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would ignore it most of the time, but then like my ex-mother-in-law and my sister-in-law would pick on my ex-wife and they were telling her off one time. Mind you, they're living in our house and they're telling her off in front of me. So the Leo came out. I got pissed off and told her mom off. And then all 3 of them turned around and jumped on my ass. I was like, you know what? Fuck all y'all bitches. And I like to walk out.
To be fair, well played.
A pro dog can bring it out of him. Hey, so my question is, and I understand, you know, you wanted to have a marriage and you actually took it seriously and everything like that, and a whole bunch of different dynamics happened, and that was your life lesson and all that kind of stuff. But not only with your marriage, just with people, period. Like, do you recognize and realize the fact that your girlfriend, wife, your mate, whoever you're with at the time, like your serious relationship at the time, does things for you? So when you say stuff like, well, she got her nails done, she got her hair done, she cooked me a meal, she did, I don't know, she polished my shoes, whatever the hell. And if you don't notice, don't you see how they could look at you as a selfish bastard?
Oh, yeah, and that's too now, like relationships that I get in now, I do, like I recognize my misgivings from my past relationships where I did do that. So now I'm more perceptive and stuff, and I'm more open. So I say thank you a lot. And like even little bitty things, like I'm easy. Like you don't have to buy me gifts or anything. It's just little small things. I'll tell you thank you and stuff like that. So like it's crazy. Like for my birthday, like my girlfriend made me a cake and all that. And I was like, well, I'm not used to it. And she bought me gifts and stuff. And I was like very appreciative, but it's like, it's not needed because it was just another day for me. But yeah, I did tell her thank you and all that. So yeah, I still get excited about gifts, even though I don't get them very often. So,
do you think that, like, okay, so, codependency, neuroticism, all these kind of things, right? So, do you think though that in a psychological way, when I say we, I mean as a collective, not as a sign or anything, if we feel broken within ourselves or not complete in ourselves, we go to find people that are like that. Maybe not consciously, but definitely on a subconscious level. So even though, right, okay, we get to the stage where we're in a relationship and it's become really, really toxic, and instead of breaking it apart, you're still doing the odd little thing here and there, and it's almost like just feeding the codependency a little bit, and vice versa, neuroticism. So in a way, all of the hard work that is done to try and prevent a lot of it kind of actually makes it worse in the end on both sides, I think.
yeah, I think so, because like, so if you realize that you're enabling this person and this person is being codependent and you keep doing it, you're both feeding each other like that addiction, or you're feeding to that addiction. So then the enabler has to see why they're sitting there enabling the person. The codependent person has to see why they're being codependent on this person, why they're not whole in their self. Like me, I have to figure out why it is that I'm attracted to emotionally unstable or emotionally broken women, like what it is in me that draws me to them, that I need to, or that I have the feeling of fixing this person. Like what is it in me that's trying to fix someone else and stuff. It's not
Because
that
you have a Venus in Virgo.
Huh?
You have your Venus in Virgo.
Oh, so that's why.
Mine's in Gemini.
So since you have your Venus in Virgo, it's just okay. Venus tells you, as far as in relationship with astrology, it tells you who you attracted to, what kind of women you are attracted to, like the outside, and what way, how love should be expressed. Okay. So if it's Virgo, now you got to look at what Virgos do. Virgos are very critical, just the traits and characteristics. They're very critical as they seek perfection. First from within themselves. It's not that you skip yourself and then be critical of others. You look at yourself and then you criticize. And so much criticism that it oozes out. And so because of this perfection, you seek this perfection, and when you see it imperfect. So, okay, so the Venus in Virgo, you're looking for the reason why you're attracting these women, because you're trying to perfect them. You're trying to make it right. You're trying to make them mentally healthy, physically healthy. You offering a service to them, because Virgo energy is of service. That's why they say that is with the health and all that kind of stuff. So it could be mental, it could be physical. So first of all, the person got to look right. Like your girl in your mind, like we might say that she's not perfect or whatever, but your mind, you got to think that, okay, she got the perfect body, the perfect hair, the perfect whatever to me. This is the kind that I'm attracted to. So when you see her imperfections, it's your job to fix her, to make her right for you. And if it's not, when you try, and if it's not, then you know that you can't. You tried it. This is got to put this in the morgue, because this is a dead thing. That's just me doing it from the top of my head.
Well, I mean, so as far as that, like, I don't have a type. I have a favorite, but I don't have a type. So I've actually dated like different kinds of women, and it wasn't really having to do with their physical beauty or the way they looked, because I saw them for like other aspects of their life, like the personality stuff. Because like I'm one of those, I don't care how good looking you are, but like if you're a bitch, it's not going to work. If you don't have a sense of humor, it's not going to work. If you're rude, it's definitely not going to work. So it's not about looks for me. It's like other things. But yeah, like I said, I've dated women that were freaking gorgeous, but they were like dumb as a rock, or they were just super freaking rude, and it didn't work because I couldn't really talk to them.
Well,
I couldn't like.
it's not only physical. Like I said, it's physical to you. So it's not. They had to look perfect, like, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So it's never going to be a thing where you think it's something look nice and somebody else think it's something look nice. I know, Shona, hold on, but I'm not. Also, not only that, it's also mental as well. Because if I am being rude, you see me being rude, you're going to criticize that because it's not cool. Like, you know what I mean?
It's going to piss me off.
What it means is that what it means is that every bad relationship that you've had, the girl that you've been with is two-faced. That means basically that she's being completely false. And that means that you need something that they tell you or something that they give to you that you need, because you must know it's fake, but you still need it. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, and I guess I haven't figured that out yet. And like Yvette said, reality is that those need to help and heal themselves, which, yeah, I mean, I am starting to do that. I'm starting to look more at the shadow side of myself and the things that I need to heal in my own life in order to move forward and be happy in my own life.
I think it's a bit of a shame though that I think it's a shame that we all have to put people in boxes and try and figure out what they are and what they're doing and things like that. But I think if it's a recurring thing, like for example, I went through most of my life with really bad relationships, but I chose them. And it wasn't until I sort of broke out of that cycle that I was able to look back and be like, oh, fuck. But during those times, I have to say that I was usually the rational one. And I would choose people that were a wee bit bohemian, a wee bit off the wall, a wee bit different. I guess because it was similar to what I was going through. Maybe I think because I didn't want to be crazy on my own. That's so codependency. It's unbelievable. I'm finished, sorry.
I saw 87 pop up, so I figured she wanted to say something.
Not right this minute, but I will. Y'all finish.
Sometimes people just come on and give me energy and give me support. So, all right. So I hear both of you guys, and I'm sorry, both you guys are cool with me and everything, but a lot of this stuff that is a lot of other person kind of stuff. Like, can y'all give examples of issues you had in your relationship where everything that you say about it is I statements only? That is like hard though. It's so hard. It's a challenge. I'm challenging you.
Sorry, wait a minute. I didn't quite get that. What did you say?
Like, give an example of a situation that happened in your life with a person when you were in a relationship, but only use yourself, not what the other person did.
It's
like
I'll give an example.
Okay.
All right, let me think of one. Hold on. All right.
How you gonna give an example and then he's like, "Can we think of one? You got one?"
Because I have so many relationships, so I gotta.
Yeah, we
I'm
know
not
you do.
expose everything. Okay, here's an I statement. Okay, when I'm with somebody else, I will sacrifice my own happiness to make somebody else happy. Like I will disregard with anything that I want to do, but for the another person. So I do that to myself, just so they can be happy. So that's part of my codependency, because I want the other person's happy, but not myself.
I'm the opposite. I'm the complete opposite. I will tell them on the first day all the things that I'm interested in, because if they're not interested in at least a couple of them, I'm not interested in them, and that's it, gone.
Yeah, see, I'm the same way as 87 Sparker. Like I give up things that I like in order to be with that person. So I do the exact thing.
I don't, but I think for me, it definitely comes from a place of selfishness and, well, Yeah, selfishness. I think it's just selfishness.
Okay. Y'all calling me over here. Give me an example of something that happened and use I statements. That's the hard part, y'all.
All right. So when I was still married, like that's what I said, I would give up aspects of my life for her. Like every holiday, it was her family. Like everything, it's always with her family. Like I would never spend time with my family, and it was just to kind of just be there with her and stuff. So yeah, I would spend more time in the relationship, like being in her part of the family than her being around my family. So, and that's the thing, I wouldn't go home for like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. We lived like 3 hours away, and I would never like go see my family. Like I wouldn't see them for like a year or two at a time. So yeah, that's the thing. I noticed that I do that. I do give up like aspects of my life in relationships, especially if I'm really into it, someone. I feel it necessary to try to give them my all or all of me and stuff and lose part of myself as well.
Okay. If someone tells me that I am their all, that I am their everything, and then they, I don't know, don't do something that I expect them to do. It's not even like I've asked them, an expectancy. Straight away, I will be thinking about how much more I love them than they love me, and how it's an absolute stupid disaster, and this is a bad idea. Shut it down. Bye. Move on. I hate being this fucking honest. I hate it.
Okay, first of all, I was asking if I can do the scorecard again thing, and this is my -1, and I'm hoping it's showing correctly because I just asked him if he could, not him, but anybody in particular, if y'all could say a situation where it's just you. Okay, go ahead. You said got something.
Okay, so I always look for validations in people. So is that a good example, or is that a 0? So that's what I do for my codependency. But I have actually learned not to look for that anymore. But at the time, I always look for validation in people.
Oh, okay. Oops. Am I? Oh, I'm not on mute. Okay. Okay. So I just wanted you guys. Am I on mute? Yeah. Okay. I just wanted you guys to give me an example because everybody is explaining to me stories. Because all right, the reason why I want y'all to do this is astrological. Trust me, it is. The reason why I wanted you guys to do this is because you can see that everything, all energy starts from ourselves and come back to ourselves. I have nothing like Jack Daniel to do with another person. So I wanted you guys to see if you guys, to show the human part of us, to show how difficult it is to honestly give us a situation only talking about us and our part. But you guys are not doing it that way. Like when you tell a story, like, okay, so me and him went to the store and we did this and we got mad because I got mad because he didn't pick out what I wanted. Da, da, da. Can I say that same story with just I statements?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking you guys. Oops. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna need an example of that.
I don't need the damn mic. I just said this is the university emoji from like the F.
Well, you gave the example. You went to the store and you got mad because he didn't buy it, but do it with, you said just I statements.
Oh,
So
everybody, what's going to happen? I knew it was going to be like, well, Shonda, if this is not right, then you should just give an example. I mean, I could, but I'm trying not to just take over everything, man. Damn it.
Well, I kind of gave an example and I didn't use anybody. I just stated one part of my codependency.
Well, the balanced, where did she go? She said, I can. The balance. person said she can. And that's why I was like, she said she can. And I was like, so glad that she put that on there. I'm like, I really wish you can come on here and do it. And you ain't got to show yourself and show that. But anyway, forget it. It's just, anyway, it's all good. Yeah. And Parker is giving an example of how you would be able to do that. Okay. So I'm not calling in, but I could text one. No, well then, okay. You don't have to. All right. So here's the deal. So, any energy that I put out into a relationship is something that's for me, that's serving me, because prior to me coming to this life and being born into this world, it's something that I wanted to fix. So the universe is going to always put me in situations to give me a chance to fix. For example, if I say that I need to be more patient in traffic, and I say, I need to be patient, I need to chill, I need to be patient. The universe is going to put me in a whole bunch of traffic situations. Because how in the hell when would I practice this? When would I be able to get, unless I'm in these situations? So every time now when somebody driving slow, I'm like a block from my house, man, and they driving slow as I don't know what. And I'm like, come on. And I'm like, wait now. Didn't you just ask for the universe to give you patience? So I'm like, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait. I'm going to get to my house. Yeah, see, now you want to say something.
Yeah, I want to say something. Look, you have us all stressed out. We're all smoking on here.
No, Shona's cigarette looks long as shit. It's like that long.
Trying to get us all stressed out. I'm talking about our codependency and look.
This is a fucking codependency.
Well, so that was an example, because the universe is putting me in situations where I have to work on it. Now, let me tell you something. We are creatures of comfort. We do not want to work on nothing. We want things just coming to us. Because remember, the first law of nature is self-preservation. So when we were babies, thinking about the energy of babies, when we were a baby, all we did was have to cry a little loud, a little longer, and then we would get food, we would be held, we would be picked up. And that's just what we came in to be. We have to consciously bring our conscious mind to our subconscious to get deeper. That's why when they say, oh, that's deep, it ain't really deep. It's just something that's in your subconscious. So if I say that I had a relationship with a person that never really talked, and I have a Gemini in my seventh. My relationship with people, you got to be a talker. Because that's what Gemini. Okay, now y'all want to say something. I'm giving y'all examples. Y'all on mute, and then I give it to y'all. Then y'all want me to stop talking. Okay, you know what? Go ahead.
I got one question though. It popped up in my mind. So, okay, codependency stems through parents and stuff like that. Wouldn't that show where our parents are in our natal chart of how somewhat that will correlate to our codependency in a sense?
Yes and no, because in your chart, this is a chart question, y'all, and your chart is not looking for your Libra unless you're looking for your moon, your mother.
Yeah, I know the moon is will correlate to the mother and the sun correlates.
If you gotta look if your mother was a Libra, then it might work.
Okay.
Because this is a codependency. Okay, so you got Aries and you got Libra. It's opposite. Aries is about me, selfish, me, my needs. Aries is about it's my needs, but it's others. It's the opposite. It's like you and another person. If you're in the house, you gotta look and see where am I dependent upon another person to create harmony, to create no tension, no problems, beef. What do I need to do in order to not have this type of drama? So like Leo Santaro has it in his second house. So it's a financial situation for him. Like I cannot go to a woman poor. Like I can't go to a woman, my money not right. I'm even if she tells me, baby, I don't care. I don't care about that. He's still going to feel that he need his money to be right because he can't offer value to the relationship. And that's not because he's a man. It's because he got Libra in his second. Or if he was in a position financially and a person not, in order to be harm, remember it's got to be equal because that Libra is about balance. In order for him to have that balance, don't mind, like, yo, baby, he just told y'all that he took care of all these damn people for 10 years. Okay, now that's an extreme, but even just if it's just a new relationship now, he will help you to get to that point. But the enabling piece of the codependency could mess him up because he would just be the giver, hoping, fingers crossed, that she will reciprocate and she will build from that what he's giving. He's not just giving just to give. He could give just to give, but that's a different part of his chart. The Libra in the second house part is a giving, so I can help you over time build something up for yourself, but we could come together and we both could build together. It's about balance and justice. That's what that Libra is about. You get it? I hope I'm explaining it right.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So with 87 Sparker's question, so you're talking about the moon as a mother, wouldn't it also be about nature versus nurture, like psychology wise? Because, you know, we like part of us is our chart, but then also is like our upbringing, stuff like that, the nurturing side and stuff. So how does that play into it? Either one of y'all.
Okay, I'll go.
No, go ahead, Shona.
This is such a good question. I love these questions. Well, you can use me as an example.
You know what? Oh my God. It's just killing me that y'all.
What?
Because y'all being so super nice to Frank. Why?
Because it's Frank. That's why.
No, he has Venus in Cancer. Y'all don't understand his placements. Why y'all being nice to him?
I thought he had Venus in Virgo.
I mean, he got Moon in Cancer, rather.
Oh.
And Mars in Cancer and Mercury in Cancer.
Well, I mean,
his energy is filling out on you guys. He can't do it. I'm not letting him do it to me. Now, go ahead, Shona. Go ahead, tell him it's a perfect question and it's so good.
Well, I was adopted, so I have that thing, right? I also have like a personality disorder. So that one, it's like, okay, nature versus nurture. Yes, it's genetically probably 50% and 50% of circumstantial things like that as well. The thing is, though, at some point, like I think a lot depends on age as well, and when you're sort of ready to sort of look at yourself and go, right, okay, I need to do a bit of work here, or I need to look at this and I need to look at that. Ultimately, though, I think that if you go into a relationship and you know that something isn't quite right and you know that there's a potential for something to go wrong, if you carry on with that relationship and just ignore it, that's really stupid.
Yeah, and see, I'm adopted too, and it's crazy because growing up, like my parents, they slept in different rooms. Like my mom had her room, my dad slept in the living room. Like I never saw my parents kiss, never saw them hold hands, none of that. And I'm a very loving, caring, affectionate person, and I didn't see that growing up. So it makes me wonder, where the hell did I get that from if I didn't experience it? Like my mom, she was real loving to us, but yeah, as far as my mom and dad, like I said, I never saw them. Like later on in life, like they would sleep in the same room, but yeah, growing up, they were always different rooms. But then again, like I said, we were adopted, and my parents were older when they adopted us.
Okay, I gotta say something about adopted. It doesn't matter if it's your bio mom or your biographical mom, you know, who not your mom, not your birth mother, or the mother, or even a dad, because a lot of people keep forgetting that dads could be a mom and a dad, you know. It's in Cancer. So it could be that it could be one or the other. It could be like overly motherly with you or overprotected of you and your feelings and your emotions, and kind of fell back from that. And now you could do it. You don't see it, but you do. You care about people's feelings. So you will get the traits and the attributes from your caretaker. It don't matter who it was. It could have been somebody could have found you outside the grocery store in a cart. That person energy will be from your chart. It'll still be that. It don't matter whose vagina you came out of is what I'm trying to say. Damn it.
Yeah, and my mom's a Cancer. My adopted mother, she's a Cancer. So
I'm a Gemini. My adopted dad's a Gemini. My biological dad's a Gemini. I'm a Libra rising. My biological mum's a Libra. It's just stupid.
No, you chose them though, so it's not stupid. But
Yeah,
also, when they said that you had like borderline personality disorder, isn't it just because you're a Gemini and you just have those multiple attributes of
the
yourself?
thing is, I sometimes wonder if maybe the reason that I was given that title is because I try to talk to them about astrology. Astrology and therapists, they don't work together. You start mentioning anything to do with religion, belief systems, they shut you down.
Well, no, that's probably just that person or those people that you went to. I mean, you gotta, because there's a lot of other therapists that are they have a more brighter range, whatever could help you. And if it was if you went to a decent, I'm not saying those people are not decent, but I'm just saying, like, because I used to work with a lot of therapists, and I had one therapist, one of my coworkers, they were into spirituality and they got their clients into spirituality, helped them through their addictions and stuff like that. So if you would have went with him, they wouldn't have diagnosed you just with that because of whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm?
I totally get that, and I think for a lot of people, it can do a bit more harm than good, because when you give somebody a label and then they read up about it, they start, subconsciously acting out those types of traits. But Frank will probably remember speaking to me about 3 years ago, which I completely forgot about until recently, when I was absolutely, nobody could talk to me. I went for therapy. I did all the therapy that was sort of recommended for BPD, and 2 years later, I'm much better. Right, Frank?
oh yeah, I remember that night. It was me, you, and Shonda on the phone. So yeah, I definitely remember.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, all right.
My Capricorn moon forced me to do it. The thing is, a lot of people out there have a lot of disorders, if you want to call it that, personality trait things. The people that go to get help and really put their minds to it are the ones that are really doing it for the right reasons. So many people won't go and look at themselves.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to do that. It's fucking horrible.
Well, I used to work with a lot of clients that had your disorder and stuff like that. So I'm kind of used to clients like that.
Yeah, the military told me I had a passive aggressive personality disorder. So I'm like, okay.
That means to me you have a Leo. I mean, you have a sun in Leo and a damn moon in Cancer. That's your passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
That's it. And myself, I try not to, and maybe because I have my Uranus and Libra in the 9th house. I try my best not to just pinpoint one thing on anyone, because we're not one thing. Like if I was born to be in a wheelchair from a baby, because I just had to, I'm sure that my friends and family won't be like, okay, this is Shonda, she's in a wheelchair. Like, and my siblings won't, y'all just be like, okay, that's just Shonda in a wheelchair. So we're not one thing. So when people get psychological diagnosis, that's okay. But I also it could be a lot of other reasons. So it's so hard though with the mental health piece, because, I'm mental health background. Even I don't do that, because it's a label and it's a tape, it's a recording that we play over and over in our heads. And that the hearing a diagnosis can be worse than the actual damn diagnosis.
I understand that. For me, it wasn't though. For me, it was a wake-up call. Helped me.
It's just like me. They probably would say I have what is it? Not bipolar, but personality disorder, just with my Gemini moon. You know.
Well, this is it. The thing is, the irony is that all of the bipolar. Well, you have to have bipolar to have BPD anyway. All the traits are just fucking Gemini traits anyway. So it's
I guess it's just if you properly how to use it and stuff in a healthy manner, you know.
Thank God I've got a Capricorn moon. If I didn't have my Capricorn moon, I would be somewhere flying off into the,
Well, I mean,
Disneyland.
You rule by Mercury, and then how Mercury works. I mean, I guess if you take it from like the Greek mythology, it was Hermes. So he sits there, and when he was a baby, just born, he's crawling out the crib, doing all kinds of stuff because it just needs to experience everything.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that Shona is sitting in that one spot. Like she's not all walking around and she's like really trying to behave herself and stand as one.
That's her Capricorn moon, though, trying to get her to stay focused in one area.
Me too.
But it's so funny because both of y'all have Capricorn moons, and I'm a Capricorn, but I have a Gemini moon, so we're both. Well, she's over here, over there, and actually we have all 4 elements. So we have water, fire, air, and earth. So
that is so cool that we have that.
Cool, actually, that is cool. I like that.
That is cool. But you know, another thing I want you guys to understand that I have a Capricorn moon and Leo Santero has a Cancer moon, and in astrology or zodiac, whatever how you want to say it, our moons oppose. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you how Capricorn moon and Cancer moon play out when it's oppose each other.
Are we also one of each? Are we wait a minute, who's neutral?
None of us are cardinal except 87 Parker.
Right.
The only cardinal one. How me and Leo Santero will play out is that how our energy will play out is he will look at the immediacy of a thing first initially, of an emotional reaction of a person. He will recognize that, and then I will go to the end. I would say, okay, like somebody could say, I just got divorced. My husband just divorced me after 30 years. And he will be very present of that statement. I will be the one to say, oh my God, that is so good. So now you could do this. This is going to be the start of your life. And so. And people will look at me like, wait a minute, did you just not hear what that person they just said? And I'm like, yeah, I heard it. But okay, let's now make a plan. Because my emotional instinct is, let's make a plan to get out of the emotions.
Yeah.
The Cancer moon is, well, no, I get you, but I'm not going to go that approach. My approach is let me feel those feelings. So a lot of times I'll tease Frank and say, okay, Frank, I validate your feelings. I validate your feelings.
She ain't joking. She did that the other day. I was like, take your ass to the store. I'd say something. She's like, I validate your feelings. I was like, what? And she kept saying it. I was like, go buy some chocolate, go to the store, go do something. Go watch a movie. Marco.
Hey, Polo. Polo is a Virgo. Yeah, Lizzie Darko said that we can't imagine what the people said about her. She's a Pisces. She's a Pisces moon with a Scorpio sun. So, I mean, she is she's a Scorpio moon, Pisces sun, Scorpio moon. So in order to really understand a person with that placement, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Just understand the energy and understand that you are not going to be able to ask her a question and she's just going to outright answer you.
Yeah,
But it
it doesn't
don't
have.
mean that she doesn't want to answer you. She have to psychoanalyze the reason behind a question. So the easiest way to deal with it is ask your true question in a true, authentic way, and then she'll answer you because she feels that it's true and accurate, instead of her going like, And then in your mind, you're going like, well, damn, what's the about? I'm just asking you a question. See? And then people will say something wrong with her, and this, that, and the third, and I can't be with a Pisces. Oh, you're a Scorpio. No, like, forget all that. Just understand that she first of all, she's empathetic. She's going to feel your feelings. A Cancer moon also feelings. Empaths. So a Pisces is a natural empath. So she's gonna know if you trying to, what are you trying to say? She's gonna know if you're not real anyway. So I just want to just state that public service announcement for Pisces people.
Why are you being nice to Pisces people?
Because I want to help. Hey, Cassandra, look at my beautiful girl. Because Cassandra and Shona, they're like the first two people. Cassandra, for my, I'm so damn Scorpio and loyal, and she's a Pisces too.
My kitten, Pisces.
Huh?
My kitten is a Pisces, and he thinks he can fly.
So, Frank, check your phone. So,
Did you say your pet is a Pisces?
My kitten, my cat.
Understanding. And the same thing with, it's unfortunate because the same thing with her, okay, with her Aquarius. See, a lot of people misunderstand Aquarius nature. You know what, y'all? The best way to understand the natures of the zodiac, this is where astrology kicks in. I try to talk zodiac, but it's just so hard because I know it's more, is to understand the planet. Right? 87. Like, if they understand the planet,
yeah,
then they can understand the nature. Like the planet, think of the planet as like the parent, and not the parent. Let me see. What's the easy way? How can I do that, Shona? Like, think of the planet as
The boss.
Yeah, it's like it's like the state, and then or a city or a town, and then the zodiac is like the streets.
or
or they're like the capital of a state,
and then there's the states.
Okay, y'all said something at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I didn't hear it.
Just think of it as a country, and then the states in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neptune. Good little Neptune.
Neptune.
Okay, so, and I always tell people, and I'm glad 87 Sparker brought up the fact of, what did she bring up? I forgot what she brought up. What you brought up?
I brought up a lot of astrology stuff.
Okay, she brought up something. It'll come back to me as we're talking. But it's just on my mind. She brought up a really good point. Now I gotta not say my point. Sorry, y'all.
But like I brought up how the addiction could go with your parents through the well, how I don't even know what I.
Let me just say this then, because Lady Darko brought up the planet thing. So,
wait, no.
Mythology, Greek. That's what you did. Okay, so 87 Sparker brought up Greek mythology with Hermes and Mercury. So when people first try to understand how to learn about astrology, I teach them to learn about Greek mythology, so that can give an explanation of the planet and where you're from. And it's like, I know I'm from Mars and Pluto. Okay, so any of my Martians are Aries and Scorpios. So I'm automatically gonna see traits and characteristics of them, even though we're in like night and day, because they're extroverted and we're introverted. And the Aries are the ones that's like, like on Hot Mischief Night, like all of the Scorpios go into the cave. And then we know that the Aries is going to come from the other side of the tracks and come over to our caves. So our cave's going to be egged. We're going to have toilet tissue. We're just going to go out the next day and be like, all right, Aries, we're going to get y'all asses. And we just take everything down because we know they're going to do it. We know they're going to do it. But we know the energy, in other words. The same thing as Geminis and Virgos understand each other too. But they're also, again, introverted, extroverted. Capricorns understand Aquariuses very simple because they're from, even though Aquariuses are now also from Uranus as well. The Cancers and the Leos are the only ones that have their own planets and they don't need to share it.
I gotta say one thing about Capricorns to understand, like, well, sort of understand that Capricorns is like, you look at Saturn, how Saturn likes to be restrictive and all that stuff. But if you follow just the story of a Capricorn, you know, he had little children. They were real smart little goats, sea goats, and when they got closer to the land, they became more domesticated. So they were not like, they used to talk and everything when they were closer by the water. So with like each time he had like a clock where you can wind the clock back, where he can bring him back to the water and they become, you know, intelligent again. But it kept on happening over and over, and it's just like a karmic process that kept on going and going and going until he finally was just like, I can't take this no more, transcend me. And he got transcended to the stars, and that's how like Capricorns were born. But just that process of him have to repeat this whole process over and over again and dealing with that hardship. Yeah, okay, I'm done with that.
No, you're fine. We're just having conversations to make people understand astrology. You know, everybody's not going to be into astrology. You know, the number one thing that I notice, guys, that what people, and you guys could correct me if, you know, whoever, I notice that the people's not that they're not interested in astrology. It's the terminology and it's the vocabulary of it. And I think that that's like if you start a new job, everybody's job got their own lingo, you know? So you gotta like, it's not that you don't know the work or you don't know the skill, but they might call it something different. And you gotta learn their lingo. I think that's what trips people up. But whereas it made me excited because I'm like, oh, all right, let me learn this language so I can learn astrology better. But I think that's what it is. Like if I say, yeah, I got Mercury in my 10th. A lot of people are going to automatically know that, oh, well, that's why Shonda does this kind of stuff all the time. That's why she's on YouTube and she talks publicly and she's having everybody join it. You want to hear everybody's point of view. But I try not to use that. Or if I have a moon square Mercury, and I have worked on that so much. But if you don't understand that language, you're not going to understand it. And you're going to be like, forget it, I'm out.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I was saying was just like the basic stuff to somewhat understand it, but there's like a lot of different elements to all what astrology is, you know, just like conjunctions and stuff like that. And there's like 3 different like sort of conjunctions. Like there's a separating, a forming, and then an exact.
And then we lose people.
Yeah.
And because of my Mercury in the 10th, I need that harmony, and I don't want to lose people, because not just on YouTube, but period. Yeah. And then somebody asked me to help them with astrology. Is really difficult because I know that they're not asking for that. They're asking for something else, but because they don't know the terms and stuff like that and the vocabulary, they don't know what to ask for. So I always study their planet.
Right, people also want to fast. They want quick answers. That's why people love tarot. It's fast. You know, you pull the cards. It's fast. People are very impatient, and that's coming from a Gemini.
And then I mean, we still went back to the codependency with Shonda having Libra in the 10th house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all codependent. Like, I mean, is codependent a bad thing? No, because the babies, like I said, need to have codependent, like it's a co-worker, so it's so they need to be dependent on their caretaker, of course. Yeah. So it's bad, but it could go bad. And if we want to use astrology as a tool to use to say, hey, maybe this can help me to see where I am mostly like my codependency would show, or where do I enable people?
So
Yeah,
why
I
is
mean, like what I
Libra?
was trying to say. What I was trying to say earlier is like, because we all going to learn codependency by just having caretakers when we're little, so we understand that, and that's how, like, if we just look at the natal chart and see where like our parents lie, and then how we build in within ourselves of having those characteristics as a codependency. Because sometimes, I mean, it's just like the scales of Libra. I mean, we can either balance it out as to a negative effect, or we can make it into a positive effect. So it's just like, you have to have that balance, and then that's where you see it through in your own natal chart where your Libra is. Okay, I'm done.
So what is Libra? Why is Libra the codependency? Is it just because of the balance and the imbalance? Or?
Because of all of the traits and characteristics of what the energy of Libra is. If you understood a lot of people think that they understand the zodiac, but they really don't. The zodiac, the 12 different signs, is how we carry out a thing. So the Libra is because of. So I'm trying to make it easy to explain astrologically. It's hard to break it down. The first to the sixth house. So the first 6 signs of the zodiac. That's why hopefully y'all know y'all 6 signs. Is the person, is us as people, it's us, our personal selves. By the time we get to the 7th to the 12th, which is the 7th house is on top, which is Libra. By the time we get there, it's saying, okay, now we learn how to be from ourselves from a baby up until like 21 or something like that. And now it's time to get back into what we learned about ourselves and how can we share with other people. That's why the Libras have just the partnership house. That's why they're in the marriage house. That's why they're the collaboration house. And it's natural you have to depend on somebody else. It's because it's you and somebody else. So it's a natural codependency. It doesn't mean that it's a bad codependency. It's a natural codependency because it's partnerships. It's a partnership. That's what Libra energy is. I really wish I could give a simple answer. If I had more time, I will. I really am struggling because I really want to give a really simple answer to that question because there is one. But I'm mixing it with astrology. Which I think if you understand astrology, you're gonna understand that. You know.
I mean, say it. What's the simple? I mean,
that was it. That was me trying to simplify. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm struggling.
Oh well, like how you were saying it, just sounded like you had another like example or something.
Oh, I do, but like I'm not gonna sit here and you think this one keep calling me OCD? Like this is why he's calling me this. So not to fall into his Pandora box that can be open. I'm saying. I'm just taking a pass, but I'm just saying you got to understand that Libra is about partnerships and Libra is about collaborations. It's whoever you share yourself with. You're sharing something with someone else. It's not selfish, and because you're not selfish, Libra's not selfish by nature. What can happen with the Libra is that they can forget themselves so much. And do stuff for other people, they can fall into codependency. That's why if you look at your Libra in your chart and understand what area of the house, what area is in, then you can recognize and say, yeah, this is where I do it at. So it's not like I know people want it so literal. I know y'all just want to see your charts and it just could just tell you, that's why it's an interpretation and there's an art to it because you're interpreting. But you got to understand the planets, the houses, and the signs to understand how are we formulating this thing. I don't know if anybody, hey LaShawnee, I don't know if anybody is a Libra in here and giving any help. No. Oh, Linda, thank you. Oh, just isolated more since and I'm so glad you came on. And this is perfect. See, by her needing this, she's needing this. And this is perfect. Like when she come up, she can rely on me to do stuff like that because my Mercury is in Libra. My thought process, my instincts, the way how I think, I think it should always be harmony and everybody have a fair chance. And I hate when somebody is picking on people. I hate when people's bullying people. It should be harmonious. It's a justice. It's balancing the scales. So her comment, what she's saying to me right now, is she said, just isolated more since my son's dead 5 years from now. So what that is showing me is that she gets me and understand why I'm doing something like this. So she decided to come on here and feel comfortable and safe to share with us because how I'm narrating this thing. So I hope y'all understand that. Yeah, it's totally fine. I'm a Libra sun and you just described me to a T. Yeah, I think that if we understand the energies, we could understand why that's in the house. Like, remember, the houses is the area of life. And you know what, Leo Santaro? I'm gonna send you some stuff in some real basic ways of your second house. But I really don't want you to look at your second house. I really want you to look at your seventh house. Your seventh house and your Juno. Would you mind? Can I share what your seventh house is? Seventh house is Pisces. Hey, Isaiah.
His seventh house.
What happened to 87? Her camera cut off. Mars is in Libra. Isaiah's a Sagittarius. His Mars is in Libra, 7 degrees. I'm like, y'all don't have to fight. Yeah, I know. Even though he got that passionate thing, he will be the ultimate mediator because his Mars is in it. So he's going to go hard in it and be aggressively, almost him fighting to help, to stop y'all from fighting.
Yeah.
For real, you will. I know you. Aljuba is a Scorpio sun. But yeah, once you understand the second house, I mean, I could tell you that it's ruled by Venus. I can tell you that it's the money house. I can tell you it's how we're your self-esteem and how you can, if somebody's chart is with you, how you can help somebody build their self-esteem. I could tell you it's about self-confidence. Like, all right, put it this way. If you ever hear somebody talking down about themselves and putting themselves down in a way that, you know, is really not fair. Okay, like, so if I told you that somebody was bullying me for a reason, because I stutter, Leo Santaro, because if I say I stutter and I was thing and I had to talk and I'm never going to talk again, I'm never going to speak publicly again because I stuttered and a group of people was laughing at me, what's your first instinct? Tell me. Huh?
I'll go kick their ass for you.
Well, why?
Just because they're messing on with you, they're picking on you, they're bullying you. That's not fun and stuff. And speaking about stuttering, I did that. I had to take speech class for like 2 years when I was a kid because I stuttered really bad. So yeah, that's not cool. People.
And it's not just right. It's like the injustice of it. You got to balance it out because of now that I gave you a backstory and I explained what is actually in. You felt that you know, pick on me. I stuttered. I ain't stuttering now, but I stuttered. Pick on me.
Be like, you got a problem, bitch? You got a problem? Let's go. So, yeah.
Don't know you were gonna do something.
Me? What would I do?
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying something.
No.
Okay, guys, let me just tell y'all something that is we almost 2 minutes, and I am so okay with that myself. But I don't want, if you guys, you know, and people are coming and going, and some people are staying. It don't even feel like almost 2 hours.
No, it doesn't.
I really love this conversation, and because this one always say, wait, let me go this way. This is so weird, y'all. It's a mirror. It's an opposite mirror. Anyway, that one, he always say about me being OCD. So what I really want to do is I want to like actually edit this video for it to be 1 hour, but that's ridiculous to do because the whole conversation did not take an hour, and there are going to be some people who want to watch the whole thing. So if anything, what Shona probably do, or maybe even 87 Spark or one of my people will probably timestamp it so that people can see what we're talking about. That'll help me if it was timestamped, because then I'll have some kind of order. Leo Santara, you gotta learn these zodiac signs so you can understand, like, you're asking, why does she feel the need to do that? Well, because I am a Capricorn moon.
Same. Same.
See, both of them gonna want everything nice and neat. They have to. I'm totally different. I might be a Capricorn sun and have a lot of Capricorn, but I'm like,
she's a Gemini moon though.
Yeah.
So she don't mind that it's scattered like this, and she could take the whole all around her, and it's completely fine. Just because she a Capricorn sun, it don't mean. But your moon is your emotions, is how you carry out a thing.
She's my opposite twin.
Yeah, basically.
I like it.
Yeah, you guys are opposite twins.
Yeah, so I like structure, but sometimes if my Gemini moon kicks in, then we could have it crazy as hell. The house could be burning down and I could be sitting right in it and be fine.
I know.
I don't understand that question. Am I a distraction? Laughing at cat moons. I'm trying to see something. I don't understand 100% that question. That's why I would love for you guys to come on. And like I said, it just could be your voice, but I'm not gonna pressure people.
Come on, Lucy. Come on, just do it.
And see, now everybody's showing an example of how. Shonda, so I'm a Libra sun, Leo moon, and I saw that in my 11th and 12th house is in Libra too. What does that mean? Well, first of all, like, one of your reasons why you became a Libra in his life, I know y'all don't like me starting on conversations like that, but that's it, is because you had to show more involvement with others and share yourself with other people. That's number one. That's why you became a Libra. And then number two, you have to be friends with your lovers, your partners. Like, even if we go into a business together, Yvette, me and you got to be friends first. Or we got to be enough friends that we got to feel that if our business ends, then we will still be friends after the business. So we want to go into an eyelash business or something, and we're like, yeah, you're perfect to go in there because we get along, we're friends, da, da, da. So it'll be good, it'll be harmonious, da, 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 da. And then it don't work out for whatever reason. And then you're like, you know what? We shouldn't do this because it's going to kind of mess up our friendship. And I value our friendship more than this partnership. So, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, we could see, and then we'll still be friends. And then we'd be like, remember that time we got the business together and it didn't work out? We still friends? Yeah, that's you. I'm sorry. Sometimes I got to give interpretations instead of explaining. I like how astrology brings people together to laugh about themselves. Pure Aquarius energy. People got to understand that Aquarius rule astrology.
Yeah, it's that 11th house. Everything we do right now is 11th house here. All four of us. And if more people wants to come on, then it'd be more people.
It's Aquarius because of like-mindedness, but it's a group of people. Is a race, a whole entire race. Like Black Lives Matter, if it's only about Black people, for instance, is a Aquarius thing. White Lives Matter, if it's just a group of that, it's Aquarius thing. If you want to say human lives matter, that's, more of an Aquarius thing. Trees lives matter, maybe chopping down trees with paper, just use technology more. You don't have to have paper, like all, is this it's very humane.
It's just like this dog right here. This dog is Aquarius. So this is why he's in this video.
It's a cute dog.
No, Amy, you can't be a punk, man. She talking about, I don't know my houses, and now I don't even want to know. You have to know.
I don't think she knows her time of birth.
She don't know her time of birth?
I don't think she does. Do you know your time of birth, Amy?
Wait, I think she does because she was the one that you wanted to come on
To
before. Because she
talk.
said,
She's
huh?
being scared. She's being scared.
But
Yeah.
you've already played those energies out. If you don't even know, you're still gonna play those energies out. You're just not gonna understand it fully until like you start breaking it down. So regardless, if you don't want to know or if you do want to know, you're still gonna play those energies out.
Yeah, regardless if you know or not, it's still gonna happen. And wouldn't you like to have more control? And I told when I was first talking to Leo Santaro about it, I said it's not so much for you to learn it for other people. It's like really more for you to know how to explain yourself to other people. Because sometimes it takes us a lot to explain. And then we always gotta constantly say, well, I'm not like this and the way how I am is different. To me, if I know that I have control issues and I'm working on it, I can say that. I can say, you know what? I got control issues. I'm working on it. Like, let me fall back and let you go. Or let me, because I know myself. Is to know yourself as much as you can so that you can, whenever you say about yourself, you're always going to say that same thing. Did that make sense, y'all?
Yep. Makes sense to
That
me.
makes sense. But like even like say if you had control issues or not, it's just the Scorpio in you. Like that's what Scorpios do, and it's not like typically like controlling other people. It's just controlling like what you can transform. Just like me with my 8th house stellium, I might not control people, but I might want to just control situations and places and things.
I think it's the Pluto energy, which is the Scorpio that Pluto rules Scorpio, but it's also with the Capricorn moon too, because those are my natural instincts. So if my natural feeling is to express it, I'm going to express it in that way. You gotta, like that too. Look at it as I can't even get it out right. Look at it that way as well.
Yeah, and that like with like your moon and your sun, how those two combine together is just not saying like mine, but just for an example of like where my stellium is in Capricorn in the 8th house. So, you know.
I don't know what just happened to the sound. Yeah. So I'm just laughing at some of the comments that I'm putting up here. I know you guys are talking to yourselves, but I'm trying to see the ones when y'all talking to us or talking to the general thing. And I don't want to get too much into astrology so much because I don't like. I got a Mercury in the 10th house, so I don't think it's fair to leave people out of conversation. So, and it's not a tutorial, so we're not really teaching it. So that's another reason. But I understand if we use the word stellium, is guys on your birth chart where you see all of the pictures, you see the big wheel, that circle, and you see a whole bunch of planets. Yeah, like on Leo's son's chart on his wall. That's how he's learning about his houses. You'll see where's a clump of videos, a clump of planets in one house. That's a stellium. It's like you put that there because you wanted to really be sure that these are the things that you're going to work on. And that's like kind of it's kind of what you do. Like Amy says, she don't really know about her houses. She don't care about the houses and she don't want to know and all that. But it'll really show you once you learn the houses and you see that all of those planets are there. Like that's why, like he got 3 signs in Cancer that really could help him understand. Wow, this is really meant for me to speak this way, to think this way, to feel this way, to go after things this way.
Yeah.
You gonna show a chart? 87?
Yeah, I'm gonna show my chart. Hold on, give me 1 second where they can see it. I don't know how to flip my camera on here, but right there, the stellium. But here's the
Move it back a little bit.
here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, now you see at the bottom of her chart, she don't have nothing there. It's empty, but that doesn't mean anything because she still got zodiac signs on the outside of it. And then you see, show your stellium. See her stellium, you see all of those planets in that one area, which is her 8th. I know y'all can't really see the numbers. The circle at the bottom and show you which the house numbers. So that's like that's where she spends most of her life and do most of the stuff in that area. So a lot of people could question her and stuff like that. And once she understands that about herself, she can explain about herself more. So that's her chart. That's a picture of a chart. Like when I give y'all interpretations, guys, I don't give y'all chart wills. I give y'all I type it out a report. But if y'all want y'all pictures of your chart, y'all can get it. But I'm like, y'all can easily get them online. Like y'all want like a nice, pretty picture. Like
with colors.
Yeah.
Sparkles.
But
Yeah.
the colors do represent stuff, though.
I can be dazzled with y'all charts.
But the colors actually represent certain stuff too. But that's like deeper into astrology, though.
No, he's talking about color, make your chart colorful.
All blingy. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Sparkles.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Well, those are just aspect lines. And I'm glad she showed that because it looked really crazy, like a whole bunch of lines. All they're doing is it's like in kindergarten. Put your chart back up. When they drew a line, if you had a ruler, which I do, like you have a ruler, right? And then and you're just drawing a line from here to there. So like if I was to take her chart and draw, so they saying that this over here is connected to this over here, and I'm gonna draw a line so y'all can see it easier. That's all it is. And then the colors is telling you that, oh, the red is the opposite. And you can see it's the opposite because it's right one on this side and one on that side. So it's opposite. And then they might say, but this is the square because the square is three signs. So you can see what is red with her square because if you count is 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to interpret it, get it. Don't worry about that. That's too much. I type you guys out. I interpret that and type it out. Well, I edit the ones that I get because I'm not building up damn. Work smarter, not harder. I edit it and shonderize it so it can make more sense. But I mean, huh?
So you shonderize it.
Shonderize it.
I see that chart as literally someone naked. Well, I don't know why the Pisces would think that, but I think she said because at the bottom of her chart, she has empty houses. I think that's what she's talking about. And she said, this is how I'm interpreting what she's interpreting the chart. She has she's more public than private. So she is that, let me see.
Oh, you want to see my chart again?
No, it's not that. I'm seeing, is that what she's trying to say? Yeah. So anyway, I don't want us to get all into that. I just wanted to show you guys, like to make y'all see that this stuff is really simple, but it's just a lot of layers and it make it seem complicated. And on my channel, I try not to do that. So we have been on here for a really long time. And I know that oh God, he's gonna accuse me again. I'm just not gonna even look at him. I know that on the thumbnail, it says like one thing, like we're going to act out kind of the codependency thing and we're not, but I don't care. It is what it is. It became what it became. Because you understand the person so much deeper than what they tell you. You can't hide from your chart. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And let me tell you something. Anything that somebody tell me that
You messed up. You can't go back from that.
Anything that you tell, anything that anybody say about their chart, whatever you think about your chart is correct after you understand what you're looking at, because you're interpreting your own chart. That's all that means.
Yeah.
So Leo, and technically, is that kind of codependency since you're trying to control the situation of the live?
No, it's just me joking around.
I know you're joking around, but I'm joking back. But I guess you don't
Yeah.
understand my.
Sorry, I don't get you. Sorry. But yeah, no, I always give her shit calling her OCD because I already know she's gonna go edit this, change the thumbnail, and everything else on it. So change the title.
I want it to be authentic. And I don't like clickbait because I heard clickbait was such a terrible, terrible thing on YouTube. And I don't want to be a party to that.
Makes sense. Or it's covering up for the OCD. Yeah, Balance Goddess, this whole thing, like, it's reversed. So, like,
Sure.
this way, but yeah. So, technically looking, she's on this side of me, but it's this way. It's crazy.
It is because it's not an exact mirror image. And because unless you're a left-handed and right-handed person, it'll be really easy for you to point. But if this is my right hand. So if I want to point, I got to go to my left and put my arm really big. This is my left hand. So if I want to point to him, which I'm doing right now, it's not looking like that. So it's weird. That's just live TV world, live YouTube TV world. I really enjoyed talking to y'all, though. I wish I could keep doing this more and more. We are going to do more role play kind of things. It wasn't going that way.
Role play.
I like the energy it became. So what do you say?
What kind of role play?
Don't start, man.
I thought you said you like role play, and I was like, I bet you do.
Well, we play out the roles of the codependency thing, and you know what? It probably would be best for Frank and I to do this, like record it, like without the audience and stuff, and then do it. Put it on. It'll be so much better because then we won't have any distractions, and I could just play the role of the neurotic girl, and he could be like, simmer down.
Yeah.
Hi, Shona.
Hi.
Shona.
I'm hungry. I'm going to go and make some food.
What are you making?
I don't know yet. Toast, I think.
Oh, toast.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. So
if anybody want to know about Libra energy, here it is again. Leave the comment. She immediately, and then she's cardinal. Libras are cardinal, and she immediately saw where harmony within me needed to be restored. So as a result, that's her initial thing, because cardinals are the starters. So her initial thing was to say, wait a minute, this Shonda is not feeling is not balanced. So let me restore the harmony by making that comment, which I appreciate. We love Libras for doing that. Don't get it twisted. But that's completely Libra energy. If y'all need to, y'all got to understand the energies, not the person. Let's don't get tripped up in the person, but learn the energies and then look in your houses and see where you do that too. Where do you try to restore in your second house? I'm telling you, you try to restore the harmony. There's no way you're going to let a person with low self-esteem, Frank, come to you. And if it's in an unjust or unjust way, talk bad about themselves and talk down about themselves. You will do everything in your effing power to make this person feel better and have self-confidence. There's no way you can tell me that because it's in your chart. You're living in your second house.
I know, I do. I do try to uplift people and stuff. I don't like people putting themselves down or talking bad about themselves and stuff. So
right.
So, and yeah, it may be construed differently, but I really do try to uplift people. It's not like ultimatum, not me trying to get with the person because I've been told that before. It's just the way I am.
Right. And I think that when you start saying that to people, you're always going to say that because that's your truth. And that's a clear way to say, I don't like when people do that. And like, say, if me and you just met and I say something, put myself down, you were like, you're going to play it out in your own personality, your own way. But you're gonna tell me to stop tripping because it's not that deep how I do it, because only because you don't want me to feel that way about I'm personalizing it. You don't want me to feel that way. So you're gonna get me out of that. You're gonna transform me because Tauruses and Scorpios are on the same pole. So they both transform, but they do it differently. Yeah. It's on the same pole. It's like you don't have a pole to be on. Cancers don't have a pole to be on. They're you're self-sustained.
Might have a stripper pole.
Yeah. Then you got to decide if the Taurus is going to be on top and the Scorpio will be at the bottom. So, but they're still on that pole. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying nothing.
My Chiron and Leo loves to highlight people's higher selves. Yeah. And see, here's another astrological term. And all Chiron means, all that means is that if you read mythology, my Chiron was a wounded healer. So if you take those two words and think about it, he was wounded, but he also healed people. His foot was like all messed up, and he had a cane and he was walking. He still healed other people, even though he was wounded. But he made some kind of deal, and he got out of that eventually. But anyway, but he was wounded.
He was also Achilles' teacher too.
Yeah, you. That's why you should talk to you, and you guys should email each other so you can help him with this the mythology thing too, with the astrology, because you're really into mythology. I use it little briefly, but I don't really get into it. But some people really into it, and that really could help you understand astrology, because the Roman had a piece in that too. It got like Romans. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. Listen, so wounded healer. So everybody has Chiron in their chart, and if you look on your chart where your Chiron is at, you'll see where you're a wounded healer. What does that mean in layman's terms? That means that is what you can help other people do so easy, so clear, so plain, but you cannot do that for yourself. The same exact thing you're doing for a person, you can't do for yourself. So you got to look in your houses. Where is your Chiron located? So hers is in Leo. So she could tell people, everybody and their mother, like she said, how to highlight people's higher selves and just get them, use that Leo energy, right? But to tell herself that, like, she hates it when I say, "Oh my God, Lizzie, you're so good in astrology. You should, talk about it more, And I like put the spotlight on her. Then what she do? She go get Neptune on me and go far, far away to that 12th house. It's okay. I know she's in the 12th house, so I just got to go get her ass.
Yeah.
You know what? She should actually come
Okay.
in here, because Pisces have a lot of tendency to be codependent on people too. Like they get too attached to people, and then they cling on it, like not like how it's
Saturn, balance that out. As you're explaining, go ahead, because you're getting
how like you were talking about, like when Scorpios, they would transform and then leave them alone. But unlike Pisces will still be there with them, holding their hands, like, come on, we could do this. So like that's a form of like somewhat of a codependency too. But also my
they can't really help it because they're empaths.
I know, but that doesn't mean that you need to cling on to them, though.
She can't help it.
I know she can't help
it about herself. Pisces need to know that about themselves, but if they know it, they won't like F their own head up about it so much,
Yeah. But it's just like, how do you disappear and then came back that fast?
I know that was cool how he did that.
But anyways, it's like when you're talking about Chiron, like my Chiron's in Gemini in the 2nd house, so.
Oh yeah, so you definitely. Oh my God, if somebody is not speaking up, or if they have stuff to say and they don't want to speak up, there's no way you're gonna walk away from that. You're gonna make them talk.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Especially
get
with me using my cardinal energy, I'm gonna initiate that real quick.
But how could you do that for yourself?
Oh, I
How-
don't.
Yeah, I know, because that's your moon. You see, it's something that we could do for others so easily and break it down, break it down. But when it comes to ourselves, it's very difficult. Yes. He says, Sparker, you got that tick, 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 tick. Sound.
Yeah, I know it's happened, but real quick, but like unless I get really angry, that's when I will like that's like my like end straw, and then I'll have enough, and then I will explode, and then I won't talk for like weeks on whatever events that happen.
Okay, I just want to make sure that she didn't freeze. I see she's moving. So, oh, I'm sorry, I put the wrong thing in there. So, yo, Frank, I mean, Leo Sotero, you have Pisces in your 7th. That's another, you gotta study that. That's another reason. See, you get these girls that's kind of, they're worrywart and they're unsure of things about themselves, and you want to help them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah, like I don't know, because you know me, I'm very loving, very open, very caring, stuff like that. Not trying to talk myself up, but I don't get it how like I'll show women all that aspects of me, and I'll be there in it completely, and they still like doubt how I feel about them and stuff like that. Like I've never truly understood that, but yeah, where they still second guess my feelings.
Oh, they're gonna second guess your feelings all the time. So, but remember, that's their issue that they will have to overcome. It's not for you to swoop in but see, you got what you value and the self-esteem, self-confidence, go back to your 2nd house, because that's where your Libra, so that's where your partnerships, because the ruler of your 7th is in your 2nd. So the rule, and it's still Venus. So you're gonna have that. So instead of questioning it, just say that that's where your placements are. And when you meet those girls, even if they don't have the Pisces per se, when you meet women like that, you just understand that you did it for some reason. Like in his life, you have that in there. And it's also to balance you out too, to show that, you know what, maybe I don't have to be such a stickler myself. Maybe I could experience more spirituality, more universal thought. Everything don't have to be compartmentalized, that way. It balance you out as well. Hi, Dolly May. But I wanted to answer this question. Are we supposed to do it ourselves? Yeah, because he was eventually healed. Chiron was eventually healed, so he cannot stay on that crutch forever, yo.
Yeah, that's how he got transcendent. I can't even say the word. To the stars, is he eventually healed himself. So, in your goal, that's what you got to do for your Chiron.
Yep.
And then
you see how many things you got to do for a life.
Groupon.
Yeah, and you have other planets to help you out, because I mean, like if you just look at your natal chart, you can like even like with Libra, like y'all seen mine. So obviously I have no planets there, but still I can utilize these other planets that I do have in certain other sign.
But before you utilize them, what would you do if you don't have any planets in your house?
What? Say that again.
And before you start utilizing other energies, what do you do beforehand since you don't have planets in the house?
I don't know. I have the answer. I just don't know how to.
No, that's fine.
Put it in words. Like I mean, like if I don't know how to put it in words to give you the answer, the correct answer.
What's your rising?
Huh?
What's your rising sign?
Taurus.
So Scorpio. You got Scorpio is outside of your 7th house.
Yeah, but it's like a smudge because I have a smudge of it's like.
So Scorpio is outside of your 7th house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that means that you need a Scorpio in the relationship or somebody with Scorpio energies. That's why me and your relationship works really well.
Yeah, I get along with Scorpios. I like Scorpios.
Yeah, because it's in your 7th house. Like,
yeah, I know that. I know this. That's why I always have Scorpios around me, because that's just what I attract.
Whatever's in our 7th house, guys, that's like the number one key for who our thank you for muting that. For our partners. Mine is Gemini, so I definitely need somebody to talk. I can't or listen. Frank's is Pisces, so he need that Pisces energy. I forgot what Shona's is.
I don't know what mine is actually. I need to get into my phone to find out.
What is your first house? It's the opposite. That's all.
Sorry, I left the room. What? Oh, Libra.
So Aries.
I said Aries.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, you know what, Leo Sun Tarot? If her 7th house is Aries, that means that her partner had to have that strong Aries. So she would like somebody to lift her ass up and slam her on the bed and be like, I'm taking you, woman.
Well, you can tell she wants that.
I think she's blushing.
It's true.
It's true. It is true. I do like that.
Yeah, it's true. Because she has Aries there.
Yeah, I think she's blushing.
Just like you, Leo Sun Tarot. If Lizzie, where's Lizzie? Where's my Pisces at? Let me put Lizzie up here. I think she said she's gonna take a cigarette break or something. I don't know where she go. All right. So with Lizzie, if Lizzie has a treasure chest of all these little sex trinkets, you won't freak out. You'd be like, ooh, what's in there? What did this do?
I just heard chest. I was like, she has a chest? What?
Chest.
A treasure chest, like in a ship, like in a, like a treasure chest.
Like a little box under the bed.
Oh, God, she put a mask on. Oh, my God. She put her mask on. But I'm telling you that you will really enjoy what's in her treasure chest, her trinkets, her sex stuff. I had to get that. So anyway, I'm trying. All right. So I'm just trying.
I
know.
I want to read the comments. I can't see the comments.
It's okay, because when you watch the video, it just says she don't. Boss says she don't want the COVID. Because she put a mask on. I think that's what she was saying. It'd be very clear about people saying if they were actually on the video. All right. Anyway, though, but yeah. So I could tell you guys what kind of energy that you want in your partner. And then you gotta look at your Juno. So Frank's Juno, and the only reason why I know Frank's
stalker.
Just told him this stuff, and I was just doing the chart. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Mine Juno's in 11th house in Pisces.
Oh, that's even perfect for you. That's perfect for you to get with somebody like Lizzie, because she's a Pisces sun and a Scorpio moon.
Yeah, but that's where my North Node is too.
And she your sextile. The sextile astrology does not have anything to do with sex, y'all.
Yeah, but I already been with a Pisces before, and that was
so here we go. Blaming the Pisces, blaming the other person. Y'all gonna stop doing that. How are we gonna grow if we keep blaming these people and not looking at ourselves, because we are so perfect? Y'all supposed to come to me.
I'm just that energy. I'm not blaming the Pisces. I mean, it was fun for a minute, and then that shit got weird real quick.
Weird in a good way or a bad way? What kind of weird are we talking about?
Now, thank you, Lizzie. Anyway, she be taking the words out of my mouth. What I'm saying is that you, regardless of whatever y'all try to say, that whatever's in your 7th house, whatever is in your Juno, y'all can sit up here and say this is their fault and they're crazy and there's something wrong with it. First of all, you put it there. This is going to balance you out, and it's something that you got to learn and work on in your relationships. So the universe made that way for you to learn. If you could get with these people without needing that and without blaming them, then it's different. And I thought when since I have Gemini there, that means that I can have long-term relationships with Geminis. Before I was like, I hate Geminis. I despise them.
I would never.
Yeah. And so I understood what it was. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see what it's about. Learn what it was about. Also, I need that Mercury energy. So it could be a Virgo too.
I'm gonna need you to create a dating app that takes all these aspects and gives you like the perfect person.
I got videos on that.
But like with Juno, like with my Juno.
Oh, I'm sorry. But we always gonna say what we always gonna say. Our seventh house person is the craziest, the worst one. It's because this in your chart is supposed to teach you something. You're supposed to go through it. You're not supposed to stay away from it because it's not. You're always gonna be attracted to it. I don't care what y'all do. Y'all gonna be attracted to your seventh house person. It's the person natural energy is born to be with. And I also did a video. If you're a girl, you got to look and see who you got to look at the sun, your Mars, and your seventh house. If you are a guy, you got to look at your sun, your Venus, and your moon. That also, I mean, your seventh house sun, your seventh house cusp, your moon, and your Venus. So your Cancer moon, Pisces, and you said Venus and Virgo. So Venus, Pisces, and Virgo for Frank. And for Shona, it's Aries. What's your Mars in, Shona?
Gemini.
Aries, Gemini. And the sun, Gemini.
Okay.
Maybe that's why you brought all those Geminis in your life to really work on Geminis, and you even want a Gemini partner with that Aries fire energy, which that's good. So you can't get with a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn.
I'm with a Taurus.
Okay, well, the energy gonna be a little bit struggling.
Yeah, it is, but that's okay.
Yeah. So anyway, what is that?
Is that a key?
I'm giving her my rosary.
Oh my God.
But I don't want to get into the energies because this video not about that, and it does take a video to really explain. But I do have a video on that if I publicized it. I think I do. Y'all can look at that video and see. I need to have a friend that talk. Like, if I'm gonna be friends with you for a long time, you have to talk, or you gotta listen. Like Frank could be a friend for me for a long time. If y'all notice, he's not a talker, but he listens the same way as he'll talk. If that makes sense. That's why I can be friends with Virgos really easy. They're not talkers, but they listen because they're still Mercury. So they listen as they can talk. So I won't feel like, oh, weird, like, oh, I still got her thing up here. Let me take that off. I won't feel all weird, like I'm just talking, and he just, y'all might see that. Y'all might like look at it, our energy, and be like, Shonda's talking and Frank doesn't. No, he listens because at any time I can say something and he's Johnny on the spot. You see, it's because it's energy. Anyway, let me click on people's comments. Amy says, I'm a ghetto moon and hood sun.
Amy, you're something else.
Brady Bunch. Yeah, I know we really need to get the Brady Bunch thing going on. It makes sense. I have Virgo younger brothers. Oh my gosh, y'all do stuff totally different ways, LaShawnee. Oh my gosh. But you would never let Nobody talk junk to them, and they will never let nobody talk junk about you. Now, y'all do it with each other. Y'all fight until the cows come home because they want to take the street local route and you want to take the highway. It's an approach of how you first start. You got to integrate. That's your quincux. But you're highly protective over them. Mine is Aries and Gemini. I would not do stuff like an Aries do. I would not do stuff like a Gemini do. But if you, and I could talk crazy mess about them, but if you ever talk about an Aries or a Gemini to me, I would like scratch your eyes out. It's a quincux. Everybody got that. It's your fifth sign. So Frank's quincux would be, he's a Leo, Pisces, and Capricorns. You would not let people talk mess about them. Like you and do stuff how they do, but you were very overprotective over them.
Yeah, my sister's a Capricorn.
Your sister and your woman, your future woman. You're gonna, Libra's a Juno, so Libra gonna be good for you. That's gonna satisfy your second house. You're gonna feel more equally yoked with them. So you need a person that want to be married and want to be partnered up. You know that? You need to have somebody that want to be your partner, yo. Like you need a person who really you cannot get with an Aries ever. You have to try.
Aries are fun.
Yeah, they're fun. A nice place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there type of person.
That is true.
I'm going to go off so that I can see the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
She's such a Gemini. The only reason why 87 Sparkle stays on here with me, first, she's my sextile. She's 2 planets away from me, so that's what sextile means. So it's Virgo and Capricorns. All right, and yours is Gemini, Frank, and Libras. Like you get along with them really, really good. All right. Anyway, so the only reason why 87 Sparkle stays, even though she's got Gemini moon too, she her Capricorn keeps her steady.
It keeps me physical steady, but my mind can be elsewhere.
Yep.
I know, because you're sitting there all calm, but you're probably thinking all kinds of stuff right now.
All the stuff she could be doing, where she could be.
Yep.
All that.
Yeah, I like everything behind you.
Oh yeah, I got a whole. You see, I have a whole stuff. I have to have that kind of stuff. Like I just have to go. Like I gotta go, but I can stay focused in one spot. Like I went out of town like 2 times now this past 2 months. Like I just had to go.
Yeah, I definitely need a vacation. But yeah, no, I like all your decorations and stuff behind you. Your dream catcher.
The reason why the female is gonna like 87 Sparkle as well is because she's never gonna show them boredom in a relationship, and also because she got that masculine Saturn energy. So if she get with a masculine kind of energy, it's not really going to work. It's just that they're going to be like battling, like who is the alpha, and sex might be interesting, but if it's that energy the whole time, eventually she's going to get bored with it and she's going to break up because it's not working. So she has to be the alpha. And so if you're looking for that kind of relationship, the same sex relationship, it's gonna if you're not the alpha, you can't get with another alpha. It's not going to work for you. It's the same sex, yes, that part of work, but the energies of the relationship have to change. So, but that's why I think you could give it to Pisces. And the only reason why, because when the Pisces don't listen to you, you just get mad. That's all.
See, I gotta be dominant. I can't be the submissive part. I just have to be dominant with anything because I will get over aggressive too. Just as my personality, because I got Mars and Scorpio. So it's like a little underlying aggressive, but also my Capricorn will just bring it out more. So
And since you have Mars in Scorpio, that is also helping me to really understand that you need to be with a Scorpio, because a Scorpio would not be freaking out from that. They
I
won't
know
think.
that's why I
Yeah.
get along with Scorpios. I have fun with them because they will understand me on a certain level. I don't want to have to explain myself.
Well, if you hate dominating relationships, boss, don't get into a dominating relationship. It's simple.
Right? Tell her not to slap you. Like, no. Have a safe word.
I mean, you know, I won't even say boss is a Sagittarius, so I won't even say that he doesn't want to be in a dominant relationship. He want to have freedom in his relationship, and he don't want anybody to constrain his Jupiter. Jupiter is big and wide and vast and free and happy-go-lucky. You know, that's why like Sagittarius are like really good humored people. I always say if you're ever in a slump, Leo first, then Sag. But you know, it's big, and if somebody try to constrain you like Capricorn, it's gonna be really hard to, you know, because we're not gonna pop your bubble. We're gonna like take one of those pins that you put in like a slow leak. Like your you'll have a blowout, but it'll be flat, and it'll be like, oh, you had a flat tire for like 2 weeks, yeah, because you had a nail in there. That's that Capricorn energy getting out some of that air so you don't pop.
No, we just wanted structure for him so he can reach his goal.
See, he said controlling. I didn't even see that. Yeah, well, that's what it is. You don't like anybody to be controlled. Isaiah also Sagittarius too. Isaiah, so come on. I don't understand why Isaiah's not even coming on. You know what, Isaiah? Let me tell you something. Isaiah probably not coming on because of his Wi-Fi. So I don't know. But Isaiah, do you know how many emails I got with girls asking who are you? Who is Isaiah? I was like, this boy. Wait, where you go? I said, do y'all know how old he is? He too young for y'all. Look, I know I'm making Isaiah blush like crazy. I was like, he is like way too young for y'all old ladies. You should come on. You should come on. I know even if your Wi-Fi messed up. Yeah. And I'm not calling him a boy, y'all. He's a man, almost, you know.
He's a young man.
Oh, is your Wi-Fi? I figured that it was that. But yeah, so anyway, Sagittarius is love for their freedom, yo. And Leos, I don't know what's coming over me. Another PSA. Leo, men especially. Now the girls are not gonna let you do it, and she's gonna show drama. Oh my God. Something that 80 cents marker gonna love. But see, you might love that 80 cents marker that these Leo women show you drama. But girl, if you're in a relationship with them, they're gonna show you drama all the time. All right, but anyway, the Leo guys, you guys, you cannot control them. You cannot shape and mold them. They are the sun. Can you look in the universe and see that big, you know what? Actually, hold on. Let me show you something. Oh, sorry. I have on shorts. All right. Here you go. Do y'all see? Am I covering it? Do y'all see? Y'all see the sun? You see how everything is revolving around the sun? Hey, yo.
Look, you see where Saturn is? It's not revolving around that.
And you see Saturn had all these boundaries and restrictions around it. And you see right there, the planet that's closest. It's not us. It's not Earth. I can't show y'all. It's so hard. Wait, I can't do it. It's Mercury. All right, the very top is Mercury. This is Jupiter. So listen, the closer the planets are, guys, to the sun. Those are their personal planets. And then, of course, as you go further out, you're going to see the other planet. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to show y'all. But this is the sun. The sun, everything revolves around the sun. How the hell could you control this? Like, you cannot control the sun. The sun controls y'all. But it's also very warm because the sun is hot. And so it's fire, it's passion, it's warm. It's very generous. If we didn't have the sun, we'd all be cold, freezing, not living life. The sun helps the earth because we need the earth for life, right? For stuff to grow. We need that heat. We can't be all cold. Y'all want to know what's the opposite of the sun that's really cold? It's in the middle of the winter when we have Aquarius. That's why Aquarius is opposite for Leo, because Leo's is the sun and hot and give us warmth. So they're very generous. So a Leo will give you a lot of things, but just don't get it twisted thinking that, oh, he really loved me and he's the sun. The sun give everybody things. He's going to share it to everybody. So I'm not trying to be funny to say.
Like Oprah.
You're not special, huh? What?
I said like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
You get a car, you get a car. And then a lot of jealousy can happen. Girls can get jealous of that because they're not understanding that. If you understand, and if anything, you should be like, okay, my man is the sun type of thing, and instead of him using you as a trophy, use him as a trophy. He wouldn't mind because he's the sun. He's like, I am the trophy. You see me, look at me.
Like, here, take it.
So I just want y'all to understand that, like, if you're dating a Leo guy, don't think they're arrogant or cocky or anything like that. Well, and they could be because they know what they bring. They know they're the sun. But don't think they're selfish or mean, because think about what you're saying. You're saying the sun is selfish. The only time the sun is selfish if it doesn't come out that day. The sun comes out every day. It's sunny, a sunny disposition, happiness. Leos are happy. Leos are like depression and dark shit. That's why Leo square Scorpio too, because Scorpio is dark. I want to be in the cave with no distractions, right? Y'all to see this bright stuff behind, because I have a 9-year-old and it's unfair to keep her in all blackness. But my bedroom is all black and dark. So so they might think I'm depressed, and I'm not depressed. It's just that I just need to be in deep thought all the time. You know what I mean? So, and then if he's too happy, I just got to get my water and just put some of that fire up. No, I'm just joking. But the Leo girl, she's not going to show it like beating her chest. She's going to show you with drama all of the time. So they're also generous. So a lot of guys could take advantage of Leo women because she give you her left arm because you don't have it, it's just that she's generous. And then when she becomes that strong lioness, then what? And then you want to get mad and say that she's being too much. Well, what are you doing, young lady?
I'm trying to I don't feel like walking to my car to get my juice, so I'm trying to take this juice and put it into this one.
Well, why we gotta see that though?
Oh, I didn't know. I was trying to. There you go.
That's like, what are you doing? I thought you trying to show us something. I'm like, am I talking too much again?
No,
she's mixing flavors. She's over there mixing flavors. Damn, jealousy is ho-ho. Right, half-baked.
So I just wanted y'all to understand that, so that but you know what, people are not gonna believe me. Girls not gonna believe me. They're gonna still be thinking that they can contain the sun. You get too close to the sun, you're gonna get burnt alive, and it's gonna be hard to revive something that's burnt. If it's ashes, it's gonna be hard to revive it. but they don't want to. Leo men, Leo women don't want to. Sagittarius men and Sagittarius women don't. They are happy. They're happy-go-lucky people of the zodiac. Y'all need to understand that. Y'all just get that mistaken because of the fire and the passion. The only ones that's clear are Aries, because they'll show you their fire in a minute. They're cardinal. They're quick, the fast to show it to you. You won't have to guess about where Aries coming from. But we want to keep the Aries at bay until we need their asses, right, LaShawnee? LaShawnee know. LaShawnee don't even gotta know the whole story. I say, LaShawn, yeah, somebody down the street, and when I'm gonna need you, you're like, all right, let's go. She already in the car, like, I ain't even just telling you the story. She's like, well, what you need? Didn't you need something? Sharice too. I don't even know if Sharice is still on here. Stavia, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. They are. I'll just click. Take accountability for your sorrows. Sure will. Talking to self. Fire. You are happy-go-lucky. That sound proper. Just don't make me bring that out, and it's good. What's your sign of balance, goddess?
If her name is Balance Goddess, maybe Libra.
Oh. And if she's talking about the Aries, that'd be perfect because that's her opposing sign. And all this kumbaya stuff could go out the window. Okay, I'm just saying. That's don't forget. We're two things. That maybe my girl in Aries, she's cold at times. When you say cold, do you mean cold like unfeeling or cold meaning bad? Like some people say cold is good, so I don't know. Shonda, I even say to myself, maybe I need to be more serious. No, you can't. You are. We always want to be something different, right? You are what you are. You're Jupiter. Y'all need to see my cover again. Where the hell is Jupiter? Wait.
Go the other way. The other way.
I'm trying.
No, the other way. There you go. There's Jupiter.
Look how big Jupiter is, yo. Compared to Venus, Mars. How are you gonna contain that?
Jupiter's actually bigger than Saturn too.
Yeah, it is. Now, this is a cover, y'all. So, of course, it's not the actual solar system, but you guys can go and Google the images of the solar system. Saturn is pretty good, pretty big, too. And then you're going to go out there, you can see Uranus and Pluto somewhere over here, really small. Hold on. Let me just point out where Pluto is so I can look on it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to show y'all some astrology.
Hey, can you point to Uranus while you're at it?
Okay. Well, Uranus. Oh, I do it this way.
I don't think she got the joke.
Oh, well, maybe because his joke is the same joke from the first time Leo Santaro came on my channel. That was like actually his first joke. That's how old his damn joke is. That's
it's still funny.
That's his that's Uranus. Uranus, you see, Uranus still have rings around it, y'all. Aquarius.
Up in the shower.
This is Aquarius planet. Don't get it twisted. It's still, and then, wait, where's my Pluto? Dag, man. See, you know what? I know Pluto is, okay, you know what? They don't have Pluto on here, man. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to show y'all astrology in real life. That this is the sun, this is the Leo. And you see those circles? You see the orbit? You see the orbit? What are they orbiting all around? There's no other planet that has a circle around it. So it's not to say that they're like, on them. It's just that's the energy. So when the Babylonians and all the ancient astrologers, how they came up with this energy is every single time it was the hottest part of the year, the warmest part of the year, it was in the middle of summer. And it stayed fixed in that part of the year. It's the hottest part. And no matter where you are, it's the warmest part of the year. and it stayed like that for a certain length of time. So that's how. So they saw people's behaviors. So that's why they said, okay, it's fixed because it's staying right there, and it's hot. It's the hottest time. So that's where the Leo came from. We all need to recognize where we are. This is astrology. So y'all know we're sitting on here talking like there's no tomorrow. But like I said, y'all could like let me know what's up. What you doing? What did Lizzie say? I really weird. Don't mind me, Linda. Oh, Pluto got downgraded by NASA. I don't care what they say. still the energy of it. I don't care. I don't care if they took Pluto and blew it up in the middle, millions of pieces. It's still the energy is there, because if we describe what Pluto is, you cannot tell me that that's not what Scorpios are. What? She's smiling while she said that. Oh, I don't know what he's talking about. We talking about stalkers here. Okay, see, this is what happens when I don't click on the comments while we're talking. Anyway, so I just want y'all to understand that the astrology comes from the planets. And if you understand the planets, and you can, especially the placements, you see Mercury was the closest to the sun, and it was going around really, really, really fast. So when y'all see Geminis act really, 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 really fast, or you have a Gemini, Mercury and Gemini, your thoughts are going to race really, really, really fast. Or if you have your moon, your instincts is going to be really quick and is mutable. It can go either way. So constantly think. That's why they say Geminis are wishy-washy. It's not. It's their twins. They can see both sides of the thing. Virgos are twins too. They can see both sides of a thing. They can say, well, on this hand, so, but then on the other hand, Sagittarius do that too. And Pisces do that too. The Pisces are the fishes that go opposite directions. The Pisces can't even fucking figure out the same direction. They go like that. Look at the fishes. So all the mutable signs are two exact things. So I can see it this way and I can see it that way. That's why when y'all have a problem, that's why y'all go to Pisces, Virgos, Geminis, and Sagittarius. They don't even lie. And if you don't go to those kind of people, you look for that energy. And the only time you go to a Libra is when you feel that they need to make an informed intellectual decision on something that you're too close to a thing. So stop dissing signs.
What about Capricorns? People that seem to come to Capricorns.
Capricorn, they only go to Capricorns when they can't figure out what to do. What do I need to do to take care? I need to take care of this. I got to get all out of my feelings. I'm getting to my emotions. I need to take care of business. I need a plan. Cardinal, Johnny on the spot. You Cardinal. You're going to automatically do it. You're going to automatically show them what to do. People going to think you're being cold, but you're not. Don't come to me then. You come to me after you. Coming to me, man, first. You come to me first. You can't get mad. Because I didn't validate your feeling. I validate your feelings, 87 Sparker. I validate your feelings, boss. I validate your feelings, Lizzie Darko. I validate your feelings, Isaiah. I validate your feelings, LaShawnee. I validate your feelings, Linda. I validate your feelings, Shona. I validate your feelings. I validate. See, she appreciates me validating her feelings. She appreciates me validating her feelings. What does that mean?
He hungry.
Okay. So I don't got to be the one to shut it down. You could be the one to shut it down.
It's your show. I'm just saying.
I validate your feelings, Leo Sun Tarot, that we went over out 2 hours almost. But oh my gosh, I just love that we did this, y'all, because it apparently needed to be done. Because trust me, I'm so random, and now I'm being structured with my channel. And Sundays at 1:00, I'm gonna come on regardless. If Leo Santero don't come on 87, I'm gonna be up here at 1:00 on Sundays, because eventually I'm gonna start being able to do that on a regular. I'm picking one more other day because I'm so random. But yeah. So I appreciate this happening so long. Anyway. So I validate, I know you are, Lashani. Thank you, Balance Scholars. She's eating soup. Okay. So I validate all of you guys' feelings, that whatever your feelings are, I validate that you have them. But just remember to come to me after you go to Leo Santero. After he pat you on the back and you cried and you don't have any more tears, and now you need to know what the F to do. I got you. Don't be coming to me and no beginning and no tears.
First you come to me, then you go to LaShawn so she can go whoop their ass. Then you go to Shonda so she can give you like the whole plan.
She got to get beat up. I mean, LaShawn got to beat them up.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. No,
Aries, right?
You missed out. You got to go to Lizzie Darko for the Pisces, and then for them to have fun, they come to you. Then they go to LaShawn so she can beat their ass, and then go back to Shonda.
But why they got to get their ass beat, though?
Because, I mean, Aries going to beat somebody's ass, so might as well give them somebody.
Right, just point in someone's direction.
Wow. Wait, that's not the only thing that Aries do.
We know that, but, they just, they got a little anger issues. They got to get some kind of fire out.
Right. Well, okay. So I'm talking about moons. So I'm saying about them, I validate your feelings, meaning that I'm a moon in Capricorn, but I'm opposite. The opposite is moon in Cancer. So instead of me doing opposite of going to the answer first, I'm going to the valid. I feel your feelings. I'm just saying, please don't come to me for that, though. You go to Frank for that, because he's a Cancer moon. All right. So y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with me. The people who did it for 3 hours. No, they got it all wrong. They got it completely wrong. Do not listen to the people behind the curtain. Okay, so anyway, y'all, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Shonda.
That we were able to.
Thank you, Sparker and Shonda.
Thank you, Frank. Or Leo Santero.
You can call me Frank. You can call me asshole. You call me whatever.
All right, Frankie.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a really good weekend. And we're going to figure out something to do for next Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. My daughter just walked past. All right.